And you're there. Hello. And welcome.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome once again to whatever this show is. Welcome to Stout Sturdy, our D&D podcast for the Asylum channel. We have, as always, been having some technical difficulties. It's like, I thought DMing was stressful, but apparently just setting up to actually run a game is probably more stressful than the game itself. So yes, we are kind of ready, hopefully ready to go. So welcome everybody. First of all, as always, just like to say a huge thank you to Asnog as our sponsor, unofficially, of the show, allowing us to use D&D, D&D Beyond, for our characters and everything else. Thank you very much, sir. And of course, always thank you to our patrons and subscribers, which help pay towards Zoom meetings and everything else, so we can keep this thing running. So we appreciate that.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'm totally lost on what I'm supposed to be doing because we've been messing around for about half an hour trying to get things working.
May the 4th be with you, by the way, as well.
Oh yes.
Sorry. It had to be done. I got my t-shirt. I've changed into a different Star Wars specific. I had my Boba Fett one on earlier, and now we're into Stormtroopers today.
On Friday, doesn't matter what day the one is. Right.
That's
so yeah,
right.
without I don't think anyone's got any other announcements other than May the 4th be with you. No. Okay. So a quick recap of roll the music. Yeah, roll the credits.
Yeah. Thanks everyone. It was fun. Bye.
So last week the adventurers headed out from Neverwinter with the oxen and mining supplies. That was the order from Gundren Rockseeker. Gundren and Sildar, went out ahead of time. After 2 days' travel, the group came across 2 dead horses in the middle of the road with arrows sticking out of them, a couple of wolves feasting on top of them. After trying to talk to the wolves, they were then ambushed by a bunch of goblins. They managed to slay those without too much of an issue, and in the process capture one of the goblins. After a short interrogation, the barbarian, the kind, decided to release the goblin, and it ran away to his cave up in the north somewhere, which he told you about. And so the group decided to pull the wagon off of the side of the road and kind of hide it, and they followed up the path towards where this goblin ran. During this time, they encountered 2 traps. The first one, Broom managed to spot and safely avoid. The second one, unfortunately, was a little bit more distracted, and Broom fell down the trap with a small minor injury, nothing too major, and managed to get out. Following on from the path, they kept heading northeast-ish, and they arrived at the cave, at what looks like a cave entrance. There's a small stream running down to the south, and this is where they are at the moment. Currently, we kind of ended the session as they arrived. So just to explain again, the scene that's in front of you is there's big rock faces to the north. You notice a running sort of river stream flowing out from a dark cave in the middle. To the east, you see thick, dense thickets lining the side of the stream. And just on the right-hand side of the stream, inside the cave, you notice a small gravelled footpath. Can only just him is on stream, apparently.
Can I see if the being any recent foot like going away, like the certain prisoner that we let go rather early, to see if he's made his way up this direction? Is there any chance I can?
Footprints on the footpath.
Well, just like more like fresh kind of, like fresh prints, or some sort of like any signs of like disturbance going in the towards the cave that would be obvious. That would have been recently, because it wouldn't have been that far before us. Do you know what I mean? That this would have happened. That he would have got there. So I'm just wondering if there's anything.
You'd notice blood because remember we heavily damaged him.
Yeah, exactly.
Not heavily. I gave him a little smack.
He did get a big old crack on the head, that's for sure.
Do a nature
We could
check.
let Liz tell you.
Do
Might have
Doing
punched him in something else.
nature
if you
check.
consider
Okay,
my
so
life.
it's a roll 20, isn't it? And then it's plus, yeah, okay. 19 plus 4, 23.
Okay, you notice on some of the branches and things have look quite freshly broken. You know that the goblin ran this way and he was started off on the path, so you presume from
Yeah.
what it looks like that he has headed this way and into the cave at least, or at least up to that side of the river.
Okay, guys, I can confirm 100% that the goblin that we let go earlier,
Well, you
he,
don't know if it's that goblin. Do you know there's been some activity, like he's not left his name written on the side saying I
no,
did it?
well, no, but I'm just going to make an intuition. I'm just going to just lie. Pretty much, I'm lying here, basically.
You're
They can
100%
check on me.
lying.
I'm 100% lying.
Should we be
Yeah.
trusting your tracking skills, or should we get a Bruin up here to?
You can check on me. That's for you to decide later. But I'm just telling you. I'm saying, I've looked around and you can clearly see, and I'm going to go over and I'm looking and showing the markings and the kind of like the indications on the floor to say, there has definitely been. I would say the goblin that we let go has gone this way and he's going back to the cave to inform his people, as I said he would probably do. So just be aware. I think we need to be really alert here, because we could get sprung a trap on us here. So I'm nervous, very nervous. So yeah.
Does
At
it
least
mean
everyone-
you're still bleeding a bit from your shoulder wound?
What's everybody think about having a short rest so that we can, we've took out a couple of goblins, we've done a long journey, we're all a bit whacked. It'd be worth us having a couple of hours just to get our
Hours?
strength back. Or,
Probably not the best place to do
Like a
it.
short rest or something.
short rest.
Yeah, I could do with a short rest. I wouldn't mind a short rest.
But
And like healing and stuff, and is everybody full hit points and everybody okay to travel where we need to go? Anyone need some cookies?
who's injured? I've got a small injury. But
I've
it
got a
could
bit
be
of
these
an
goblins' times to regroup. They might sit on us while we're resting.
We'll need to set up watch. If we are going to rest, I'd say we need to get away from this obvious track that we're on, cover our tracks, and we need to set up in a good location where we can easily see anyone potentially coming towards us. I don't really want to be in a big wide open space if we are going to have a rest, if it's essential. And we need to, I think we could, if anyone isn't injured, I don't know if our resident stealth rogue Bryn, if you are in good nick or not, but maybe if you wanted to nosy ahead, you could maybe scout out and see what's ahead and then come back whilst we just for to find scout out a nice safe area.
But
I took a
Bryn
few
isn't
arrows,
there
but
at the moment.
it's not much.
No.
Bryn has he Bryn's joined not us here. yet?
Oh,
No, he's not here.
Well, Bryn's not here, is he? Of course he's not here. My mistake. Sorry. I wasn't
that's
able to
true.
do this yesterday. Well, so our resident rogue isn't here.
He's
I'm
just
saying
go.
he
I
disappeared
can
in
go.
the morning.
you can go. Are you good?
I can go.
You're good.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I
you
have
can
high
go.
perception.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I think that just don't go too far. Just come back because we need. You might,
Just go.
unless you need. If you need a rest, I don't know if you need a rest, if it's important to you or not. But
I don't have to, but I wouldn't mind.
okay. Okay. So
If you guys are going to move off to rest or that, I'll find a good spot where I can just watch the entrance because I don't need to have a rest, and I could get back to you guys if I see any movement or if any goblins are coming out or anything like that. What's happening at the entrance?
yeah, I'm quite happy. I don't need a rest either. I think I need a rest either.
It's at least 1 hour.
Yeah, I don't need a rest. I didn't use any magic, so.
Okay, so who needs a rest? Who needs healing?
I could How bandage long my a rest
I
arm.
don't
Yeah.
need
as
as
well.
well.
To
Right.
get Hunter Smoke back?
So,
It's spelled
Keel,
how long do you need to... Sorry?
How
So,
much
Keel,
we
you
just
need to
moved
rest?
How much we just
No,
moved to a
I
safe
want to know
location?
how long do
and
I need to rest to get Hunter's Mark back?
it should say short.
Don't know.
I can't
I
remember
looked at
how long
D&D
we need to rest
Beyond, but I can't see. It says it will list stuff, but
For
it
what?
doesn't.
to get any health back.
I think you can roll your hit dice.
A short
Short
rest.
you
If you see,
roll your hit
Dice.
dice.
Long rest replenishes your hit dice, but if
Yeah.
you do a short rest, you can use the hit dice that you've got, which I think at your level it should be 2. Well, I don't know if you can only use 1, but you have 2. You should have 2 hit dice. I think.
yeah, I mean, you can't do anything other than have food and treat your wounds, as far as it says. So.
Okay, that's good.
If we're having a short rest, I'll bandage his arrow hole.
Okay.
Because I have
I mean,
this special.
I'll stay hidden and keep my peepers
Ah.
open at the entrance.
I might amble along with Artex briefly and see what we can find to make sure he's alive. Keep him safe.
Can I-
I might cast a bush, a moving bush.
I can roll.
Yeah.
While meditating, you can dream of a fashion. How do you meditate? How do you do that though?
Having a rest.
Or just a short rest?
So if I meditate deeply,
Yeah, but you've got to do it for 4 hours.
okay, how long are we having? Just an hour.
I think so. It's just
Okay.
that you can half the thing.
That's all right then.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to go with Artex Miz, and I'm going to use minor illusion to kind of like put shrubbery, so I look like I'm kind of like blending into the kind of the bushes and such. Like bit like how a kind of a sniper kind of thing, kind of looks like, yeah, like a ghillie suit type. Into the long
Okay.
grass.
Right, so as your Artex.
And I'm gonna just be near Artex within kind of
So
distance,
are you trying to do it stealthily,
Just gonna-
or what are you trying to do?
well, I'm making myself so I'm trying to make myself as camouflaged as possible. So yeah, but I'm using minor illusion. I can, so I look like a bush. I can do stealth as well. More than happy to roll stealth. I'll roll stealth as well.
That's our bush.
18.
Okay.
Shall I roll
So
for
far,
perception?
the dice is off the chain. 2 19s.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, Artex and Baron, you're heading.
Just
off,
gonna go
and the rest of
briefly
you
have a
having
look
rest.
at. Yeah. The other guys want to go and find a clearing just a little bit away from the road, and they're going to have a rest and heal and treat the wounds. And Drax is going to stand guard. Drake, sorry, is going to stand guard.
Before you, just as you're about to head off, you all of a sudden hear a voice coming from the south, just below you on the trail that you just came from. As you turn around, you notice that Bryn, who has been currently sitting there watching you for a little while, hiding in one of the bushes, now steps out, makes himself known.
Hello!
Hello! About bloody time. Brun, where have you been?
I had to check on a lead.
On your?
I thought I saw someone that might be part of our problems along this trip, and I thought I would check them out.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Was it a lady?
Was it worth it?
She was not a lady.
Wasn't a lady.
Wow.
Booty call. I understand, my friend. I understand. I'm kind of rustling in my bush. Not really rustling, but I look like I'm rustling. You get no sound.
Bush is moving for some reason.
Yeah.
Sometimes it takes a while to check these things out properly.
Okay. Well, we're glad that it went well, and we're glad you have returned with us.
Thank you. I think it was worth missing a day's worth of wages.
Was it if it was a rash of any kind, I have a very good ointment in my bag, which you're more than welcome to borrow. I understand.
Was it fun? I bet it was. Or fruitful, should I say?
I simply thought that I might have seen one of the red things and thought I would check them out.
Ah.
It turned out to be a false lead, but it just takes time to do things properly sometimes.
Can I roll I want to see if he's lying. I think that's the word for it. What do I roll?
Roll insight check.
Insight check. Yeah.
12.
9 plus 3 is 12.
What was that, Crane? Did you say something?
We had joy, we had fun, we had seasons in the sun.
Great song.
Yeah. From what you can tell, look at him, he's telling you the truth.
Okay, cool. All right. And I'm just going to kind of weirdly move away with no sound, like a bush that should be. But no sound is happening.
Okay.
Welcome back, Bryn. Welcome back. Just in the right time.
So you're all taking a rest. Artex and
we could use your help, Bryn. Actually,
Baron are going forward, and Drake said he's staying watch.
Yep. From cover.
Don't be fooled by the shrubbery, Bryn. But it is I.
So where are you guys heading up towards up the river? Or are you going across the river, or?
Well, the river looks. I mean, how big are we talking? Is this like a big monster? Like, is this coming down like a rapid type thing, or is this quite a pleasant kind of trickle?
At this point in where it's coming out the cave mouths, it's kind of like a gentle stream. The river itself's about 2 foot deep.
Okay, and it's coming out of the. It's coming out of the cave mouth, so it's quite far.
Yeah. So where you're currently standing, you're in like a kind of open on the left-hand side or the west bank. And the river comes right up. Your path kind of comes to an end, or the opening. So your path, the trail that you was following, opened up into this opening. That's the end of the trail. Then, as you look over to the other side, you can see a dense thicket on the east side, and there's like a slight walkway that you can get on that side, and that then follows through into the actual cave mouth.
So it is a shallow
And
river,
that's where the tracks
a small stream. I'm sorry.
The tracks Baron saw was leading to that little path, an entrance.
It just kind of drops off at the water.
Drops off the water. Oh, okay.
Right, so as you're discussing this, you suddenly hear a snap from the branches, and Artex, you let me just have a look what I'm doing. Oops, only got me 1 second. Plus.
I stand in suspense.
That's cool. Okay, let's see. 10. What's your AC?
18.
Okay, so you just you all of a sudden you see this arrow whiz past your head, coming from the thicket to the east. I need you all to roll initiative.
Do we hear us back where we are?
Yes, because you're all in the same area. You've been making quite a lot of noise when Bryn came, and you're chatting away out quite loudly. No one was really trying too much effort to be quiet. So
16.
20. Oh,
16 for Kane.
So hang on 1 moment. You got natural 20, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh, freaking hell, 1-1.
I don't.
Wow.
Why not?
I don't want to be fast.
Okay, so we'll go through it. Bryn, what did you roll?
I rolled a 19 with everything added up. It's a 23.
Wow.
I don't see my pog.
21 from 23 to 20? No. 20 to 15?
Yeah, I got a 16.
Josephine got 20.
19 for Fallon.
Darling got 19.
Kane
Who
16.
else? Kane.
Like
14.
Drake's.
Kane 16. Or Drake, yeah, sorry. And then 15 and below.
14
I
to
have-
me.
What did you get through Artex?
7.
Okay, so Bruin, you got what's very 14.
14, yep. 9 plus 5.
Artex got 7.
Don't worry, Artex. You're all right.
And
Save the best for last.
2. Oh,
Gosh.
and the goblin got 1.
Am I meant to add? Am I meant to add anything then?
Yeah, you're,
Shit! We've been made, boys. We've been made.
you got to add your proficiency. Is it no? What do you add to? No, you've got a initiative there +2.
Oh, 22.
I'm not touching it. I'm just reminding you, Miss, you do know you got an initiative marker on the table that you can use.
I don't see my pog.
Just to make it easier, if it does
If
make
anyone-
I just reminding you.
Yeah, I mean, if someone wants to take control of that, that would also make it easier. So
I ain't touching anything. I'm sorry.
that's fine.
I did last time.
Okay, I'll do it. Sorry,
You do it this time. You've got them written down now.
I have now. Yeah, so don't worry about it.
That's on 22 then.
Don't you wanna touch me? Don't you think I'm sexy?
So 22.
Okay,
Bruin is
I got a grand out of Trinity. That's good.
Okay, so for the top of the round is
Joe.
Bryn.
Brilliant.
We're in. Straight in there with the.
So there's two. You don't
How do we-
actually.
If you're looking for an action, then I immediately draw my arrow back and fire at the position that the arrow came from.
Okay.
Shall I roll?
Roll to hit with a
Disadvantage,
because
right?
they're hiding. Yeah.
Correct.
Well, actually, no. It's like, no. The one that's shot is not hiding because I think as soon as you attack, you're seen. So I could say that you could see the one that shot at you. The other one is still hidden.
He could always still duck down, shoot and duck down again.
Well, you could have.
Okay. Okay, let me ask you this in my plain voice then. Okay, there's 2 people up in the tree?
You don't. Well, the arrow came from the thickets. You don't really see where it come from properly because. Anyway, let me just.
It's an arrow tree.
So I guess I should rephrase it. There is someone that I see in the tree?
I'll say for this because I didn't go and hide. You can see the one that first shot, so there might be more or whatever. But you know that one shot at Artex because he had to sort of show himself to shoot. So you can shoot at him, but he's in the thicket, so he counts as being in cover. So it's not a disadvantage to your roll, but he gets an advantage on his cover, basically.
Gotcha. I think I missed either way. I rolled a 1 even with a +6 modifier. So
yeah, that misses.
Run.
yeah.
Burn the
You
trees
kind of-
that can't shoot back.
As you shoot, he kind of just ducks down a little bit between the thicket, and the arrow just goes flying over the top of his head. Did you want to move anywhere, or?
I'll move to hide.
Is that a bonus action? Can you do that as a bonus action?
Well, Here's the thing. You hadn't told me yet. You said something about second level. I don't know if I'm second level. If I'm second level, as a bonus action, I can use cunning attack to hide, disengage, or dash as a bonus
so
action. So
bonus action. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you can roll to hide then.
okay, that's a stealth check. 1 second.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And then what we can do is we'll sort. If you want to, well, do you know what you need to roll for your second level? I don't know what you are. I think you're one.
I think I successfully hit our with everything added up. It's a 27.
Yo,
Yeah, I think you managed that. So you kind of pull back slightly and then find some bushes that were near you and hide.
That's it for me.
Okay. Do you know what you need to roll for your hit points, Des?
Yes, sir, I do. Do you want me to go ahead and do that?
Yeah, we'll do that for us now quickly. Get that done. I forgot to do it at the start.
Well, I wasn't going to remind you again. I know you've been stressed out, so.
You still got the wolf with you, haven't you?
Oh, man.
Don't forget to visit the t-shirt store.
5 total.
5, okay. So you're still a wolf.
Does being a wolf mean I don't regain any hit points with the rest?
second Fluffy.
Did you get hit as the wolf, or did you get hit
No,
as
I didn't get hit as a wolf.
What did you
I
get
only
hit
got
as?
hit as a person.
Oh. I don't know. Hold on, see.
Can we pretend that I reverted back before the rest to have a rest?
I think the hit points only transfer back to your person if you go into the negative. It's like having 2 separate hit points, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, I think you're right. I was going to say, I don't know, would everybody be happy if I reverted back to my human form before the rest? Because that's probably what I would have. I forgot to think about that.
Okay.
What would my say if I was now person again, human?
Yeah.
What? Where are they? Hit point maximum, is it that one?
Your hit points are
Well, I've got
21.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do I?
How much damage did you take?
I've got down to 10.
Okay, so you roll. I think you can roll. What is your hit dice?
Oh, 1d8.
It's not that narrow. It's 2d8, but I think you can roll 1d8's worth.
Seven.
Okay, so you're now on 17 life, so put that somewhere. I'll change your thing. So we're getting completely out of order now.
Okay, I'm 17 on my hit points, and it's my turn. So shall I shoot? I'll shoot him with my bow.
So hang on, Bryn's, you're now hiding, right? You've done your thing. You've rolled for your thing.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, Josephine's turn. Okay, so you're going to shoot.
I'm going to shoot him with my bow.
Okay. Arrow time.
Don't say.
This is sort of shit you should know by now. Roll your d20, then +4.
Oh,
19.
19 plus 4.
Lots of 19s.
Okay, so yeah, that hits first one.
Okay, 1d6 plus
Actually,
2.
what's his armor class? 15.
Hit?
Yeah,
Oh, gosh, that's rubbish. 1.
1 point of damage. Okay.
Plus, it's 1d6 plus 2. It's 3 points of damage, isn't it?
Yes, 3 points of damage.
Some is better than none.
Better than nothing.
So 3 points of damage. Okay. So next up, are you moving or anything? Or
I'll stay where I am. I'm not sure where he is.
well, it's because he's in the thicket, but you
Okay, he's in the
managed to roll. He's kind of off to the side. I'll tell you what. I'll unhide that for you. You can see it now, roughly. Okay, so next up is Thalin.
And nobody's killed this goblin yet.
No.
Do we know it's a goblin?
You can see one of them, so you can see that it's through the thicket because he kind of jumped out and shot at you. So
We know there's
you
one there.
noticed him, and he's definitely
Probably more.
Saw the spray of blood when the arrow hit.
Alright. I'm guessing I can get over to
beeping.
him. It is beeping.
Who's beeping?
It's my alarm.
Oh my god, Trinity's gonna blow up!
Pull the red wire! Pull the red wire!
I will charge over and bring my axe down on his head.
Okay. So you go across, roll to hit.
16.
Misses.
Really? Wow.
Well, he's in the
That's a
thicket, so
bush.
it counts as being in cover. This is like, yeah, he's bush hiding.
So I've cleared the
Bush always has an
again.
advantage.
You've hit the bush again. Yeah. Oh, Stalin the bush hunter.
Yeah. Okay.
Because you just kind of, you see, you charge forward through the water with your great axe, just cleave down at the bush, and you just see the top of the bush trim, and you do like make a quite nice little shape of the hedge. I mean, if later on if you need a job as a hedge trimmer, I'm sure you could probably get employment.
That'll be me then.
Okay. Next up is Kay.
Okay, I'm gonna
Or Drake. Sorry.
cast a bonfire again. This time I'm positioning it to be outside of the area that it doesn't hit Thalin. But as I'm using it, I'm also concentrating, so be aware it's going to set the by keeping it going, it's going to set the thicket on fire. I'm aiming at the goblin.
Bush fire.
What's
Yeah,
the
okay.
range?
60
What's
feet.
But is it like an area effect?
Yeah, what it does is it's a 5-foot cube that creates a huge bonfire. If I concentrate, it stays there, and anything that is not being carried is set on fire, not carried by the item. Bonfire ignites flammable objects in the area that aren't being worn or carried.
Okay.
And
You guys feel like a bonfire.
and his DC to dodge it, his DC Dex is 12. The saving throw to dodge it.
So is a dexterity check, is it?
Yeah.
Smoke 'em out.
16
Yeah, he dodges.
and 16 again. So
Wow.
At least the thicket's on fire.
Yeah.
They can have to move.
That's useful.
you stand there and concentrate as all of a sudden the bush just erupts into flames. You hear this as these two goblins kind of like start dancing around and just jump out from the thicket. So you've like kind of forced them and flushed them out of their hiding spot.
That's good though. At least we can see them now.
So is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, and since obviously I'm going to drop the spell after it set fire to the thicket.
Does it carry on burning, or is it?
Yeah, the any fire that gets started, the bonfire winks out, but the fire carries on burning because it's non-magical. It just set it ablaze.
Okay, so they both start burning away. They've kind of jumped out of the thing. Next up is the goblin's turn, and he's going to attack the one that just set the thicket alight. So he's going to attack Artex. No, not Artex. Sorry, Drake.
Okay. Just remember, like I said, I was standing in from cover watching the entrance, so I'm also in partial cover or something like that. If you remember, at the beginning I said I'm watching the thing from cover.
Okay. I'll tell you what, then he's not going to do that. He's going to melee the half-orc that's standing in front of him instead then. Because he's probably not looking at you if you're in cover. So 11 plus, let me see what his to hit is. To hit with a melee weapon plus 4, so 15.
It is 15, so you hit.
Hits. Nice. And then it's 1d6 plus 2. 6, 7, 8 points of damage.
Oh, nice.
So kind of like as he's like putting out fire on his like clothes, he just kind of sees this big half orc standing in front of him and just gets his shirt up and just like slashes across your chest and manages to kind of like catch you, form an opening wound as he does so. And kind of he's going to can't really jump back into the thicket because it's on fire.
That was
Okay,
that was the
kind
plan.
of just it's just going to stay as it is then because he can't run. Next up is Broom.
I'm moving slightly forward just to get a nice open shot on other one. The one that did not just now attack.
Okay.
I take it that one has not had he has not attacked yet.
Not yet.
Okay. Checking out little Envy, talking nicely. Roll dice. 14 plus 9, 23.
Yeah, that hits.
Jeez.
That's good.
Okay. D6 of damage plus 5. 5 plus 5, 10.
Okay.
Must be dead.
No hunter's mark and no extra damage, sadly.
Oh,
So yeah, as you run forward with you pull out your bow, aim, arrow goes straight into its eye, and you just hear as it kind of falls down to the floor dead.
Well done.
Take that, you bugger.
He's dead.
Sploosh in the water. Float, float, float.
Gotta protect them.
Let's see, end of your turn. Do you want to do anything else, or is it?
No, I'm fine.
I
I look-
next up.
Menacing at the other goblin.
Next is Artex.
Oh, yay! How many do we see? Two. One's dead, but yeah,
One now.
One's dead.
just one.
Yeah.
And is he in the bushes, outside the bushes?
They're kind of next to the bushes because it's all on fire at the moment.
So can I see him? Not so much.
Yeah, you can see him.
I can see him. Is there anyone in my way? Can I arrow him?
You can shoot him, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to shoot him with my longbow. Come on. Nine.
Okay, so your arrow he just notices your arrow goes right past him. The goblin kind of sees it coming as you watch you pulling your bow out, and he kind of just dodges to one side, more nimble than you expect from a goblin as it just hits the rock, and you see the arrow kind of shatter behind him. And that's the end of that. Do you want to move or anything? Or
No, I'm good, thank you.
okay, next up is Baron. Baron.
Oh, sorry. Did you say me? You're gonna have to forgive me, Miss. You do sound a little bit in a broom cupboard. In a broom cupboard. Sorry.
I'll try and be a bit closer.
Right. My apologies. There's a few B's as well in the group. Baron, Bryn, Brian, Bryn.
Tell me about it.
Bob.
Okay. So I can see this one opposite me, right? he obviously probably doesn't know I'm there. There's this wonderful looking bush standing in front, kind of image in front of me, as it were.
Magic bush.
You rolled your stealth, didn't you? Yeah.
I did roll myself, yeah. So I'm not going to go anywhere. I had a wonderful plan, but it's been ruined by the burning bush to my right. So I'm gonna.
I like fire. What can I say?
I was going to do a wonderful approach as a bush and get
I
into
want
the
to see a
shrubbery,
cleric about that.
but it's not going to happen now. So let's just Eldritch Blast. Yeah, let's just Eldritch Blast it. So
Okay, you got that with an advantage because you're hidden.
so let's just roll this.
I think
Might
I'm
put out the
adding-
fire too.
I think I'm adding pyromaniac to my character.
It burns all the time.
Eldritch Blast +3, so 20 and 17, so 20. 20 to hit.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm going to do 1d1. Sorry, 1d10 plus 1. So 1d10. D10. I've also got. I've just got to make sure because I have an extra thing on my character as well. Just checking my stats. Sorry. Okay, when you cast Eldritch, I've got Agonizing Blast. So when you cast Eldritch Blast, you add your Charisma modifier to the damage it deals on a hit. So my Charisma is +3. So, okay, so 1d10. Oh, I got the wrong number. That's 100. Sorry, my bad.
99. Kill everything.
My bad. I said my bad.
Jesus, I have to start sticking dragons at you.
A 0 is 10, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so 10 plus 1, so 11 plus 3, so 14 points of damage.
Hang on, why are you rolling something that's got a 0 on it?
Isn't that's a 10 dice, isn't it?
Yeah, 1d10.
It says 1d10.
Oh, okay, sorry, yeah.
Yes, okay. 1d10
thinking-
and plus a 1, and then I get a +3 because I have Agonizing Blast, so I get a +3 Charisma modifier to the damage.
Nice.
So that's which is,
Very nice.
so it's
So
14.
please
Well
roll
done,
that.
sir. Well done.
Oh no, sorry, no. Apologies, my bad. It's a +1 Charisma, so it's not 14. It's it will be 12. 12 points. 12.
12 points of damage. Okay.
Yeah, my bad.
Very,
So good.
So all of a sudden you just notice, you just notice this dark blast come from the bush that suddenly appeared around them and just envelopes the goblin, and you just kind of hear this very faint and then he just all of a sudden dies.
The bush
and-
is gone, by the way, because I've cast it, so I lose it, and I'm
Okay.
gonna.
So as you cast
Yeah,
it, the
and-
appearance of the bush disappears and the Eldritch Blast comes flying from the bush.
It's a fire out.
And the goblin kind of falls back, collapses. The fire's still burning.
Still going.
Alan, you need to roll dexterity check.
Oh, son of a bugger.
Close by.
Dexterity check I have advantage on.
Talon, there's a load of water next to you.
15.
Just saying.
15. Okay, we'll say, because of the water, you manage to, the flames are kind of start licking up into the bush in front of you, so you just pull back a little bit, step back into the water and try and avoid the fact that your friends keep trying to set you alight every time you go anywhere.
Can I pick up one of the goblin corpses and throw it back at them? Good.
Awesome.
And say,
Do
"Loot this."
do a strength.
Can I? I'm also simultaneously going to say, look what he's doing. He's trying to free a dead one already. It's
You
not.
must be
free.
hungry.
So you kind of come down, grab the goblin by the leg, and you kind of do this sort of swing motion as you go around to try and like hammer throw him back towards the group. And as you do so, it kind of your hands are wet from crossing the stream, and it slips out of your hands, and you just see him as he thuds against the cave wall instead.
Oh no, you crossed the
Close enough.
streams.
Thou.
Was that the one I shot or the one that got blasted?
The one that you shot.
Damn. Where's the body? I want to recover my arrow.
I think your arrow's now broken. He's thrown the arrow. Not the arrow.
I'll
Is it landed?
loot the other goblin and see what they've got on them. Or he's got on him,
Okay.
since I'm standing right there.
Can you do investigation?
We killed them all, have we?
Mhm.
2 of them.
2.
9. 10 plus.
Can we rest now?
Okay, guys. Wonderful party.
got-
I think any chance of hiding now is out the window.
Gone.
And Ruckus didn't.
It was
Other
fine.
people are going to come and look for them. Why they're not swapping out, or the troll is going to, change shift or whatever they call it, shift.
Yeah, Miz, a quick
Gets
question.
relieved of laziness. I
Well,
think
we
we're
had
going
a
to push
little
into this and see what's happening here.
We haven't had a rest yet. We've been
I
fighting.
haven't yet, because
Oh,
Bryn turned up and then
yeah.
made a lot of
well,
noise, and then the goblins
oh, I thought
attacked
when
you.
we did our hit dice. I
Well,
thought
we'll
that-
just count as your rest now, if that's what
Came
you
out of nowhere. Miz, a quick question.
Yeah.
Just to be on the safe side, if we leave that fire going, will it cause problems, or is it all right? Can we just leave it?
Well,
Doesn't
you
appear.
just set a dense thicket of light, so I imagine it's going to start burning down the forest around it if you just leave it.
Depends if you want to be haunted by Smokey the Bear for the rest of your life.
I stand there and I'm looking quite like distraught because the forest is going to get damaged. So I run to the lake, stream, and I use my water skin is full. Water skin is a little bit. How big is the fire? Can we put it out with some water? Do we have to run back and forth? I'm quite upset that the forest is burning. I am.
Just trying. I'd say
I'm looking
could
for
probably-
squirrel to
you could
roast.
probably like makeshift some form of way of it's right next to the river, so between you like throwing water, almost like that,
Slither.
you kind of jump into the lake, into the stream, and you get down and you're just like barreling water onto this thicket, trying to put the flames out. I'd say that it takes you a bit of time, but you manage to put it out and save it burning the whole place down.
Yay, nature.
You just hear from my side, fire.
That was a 9 for the goblin, by the way.
Mm,
Searching him.
So what the goblin find about 2 silvers pieces between them both, and you also notice in the goblin, it's unusual for the goblins, but their teeth seem to be unnaturally sharp.
Uh-oh. Cannibalistic goblins.
So they look like they've been filed. Basically, they filed them down to make them into sharp points.
can
Don't
I
let the
just?
goblins bite you. They've got sharp teeth.
I do love the smell. I do love the smell of fresh goblin in the morning.
Damn, I can't raise undead.
Roasted,
What do you like?
roasted goblin.
Does it appear
I
to
don't
be
know where that
poison
meat was.
From what?
from on
I'll
the
skip.
teeth or on the goblins?
Is it nature check that you can do? Is it
Nature check.
Yeah.
Can I pick up the goblin that I just looted and hide his corpse in a bush?
You.
Plus 4,
Is this
isn't it?
before or after Josephine is looking at its teeth?
19.
After.
Okay, after. Okay, so you go over to the body that Thalin's kind of playing with, maybe doing like a little puppet thing with it at the moment. You go up, have a look. As far as you can tell, their ordinary teeth is just that they've been filed down to a sharp point, but there's no poison or anything.
There's no
like that.
poison
No.
on it.
So yeah, okay. Thalin, if you want to go, you can go and put the goblin's body in a bush.
Can I advise Talon? There's
Can't be
there's a
thrown in
river.
the
River.
burnt out
Just throw
fire.
it. Yeah.
And,
Send him downstream.
and if we need to drink that later?
Well, he's going
Downstream.
downstream.
I would suggest that we just put the other one in the bush as well. Just hide him. Don't let him go down the river so someone
I
can
think
see
hiding the
goblin
bush.
drifting.
Oh, yes. For us again. I would
We
go
can-
and I
Hang on,
do my
guys, hang
quick.
on.
Just hold on. I do my quick prayer over the goblins and then move off.
Burst into flame.
Do they resurrect?
No,
Do they turn blue?
It's not undead goblins, is it? I hope not.
No.
We could have staged them in the burned bush. Like they got drunk, careless with a fire, fell asleep with a burning fire and burned up. But is it really going to matter? Just hide them and let's move on.
Let's just hide them and let's rest, shall we?
I'm curious, Artex. Like, why are you praying over these foul creatures?
I'm not.
part of my
No,
religion.
sorry, Drake. Why are you praying over these foul creatures?
All
Sorry.
enemies that it's part of my religion. All enemies that are killed or slain, we pray over, so that at least they can find some eternal rest.
Okay, fair enough.
Respect for the dead. I would do the same if it was a tree. If the tree was like devastated, I'd pray over the tree. Granted, it didn't attack us, but I'd still pray for the tree.
There's a lot of bushes for you to pray about. They're all burned out.
No, it's just little bushes. They'll be fine. They'll regrow.
Is all bush not created equal under your God's eyes?
Bigger bush or better bush.
All right, let's move on.
Okay.
Yeah.
As Winnie, my wolf friend, is still with us, I just want to ask her if she wants to help us. Winnie.
How long does this?
The beast bond, the telepathy is worn off because we had a rest. Or anyway, it only lasts 10 minutes, so that's worn off. But we're still friends. So Winnie,
Was it a spell that was friends, or you just talking to
the
me?
friendship spell is 24 hours.
Right.
But the beast bond telepathy was 10 minutes. So the beast bond is gone, but we are still friends. So Winnie, how do you feel like giving us a hand? You didn't like the goblins anyway, did you? Winnie?
Roll animal handling.
And we've got lots of treats for you along the way. Animal handling.
Can eat the goblins.
15 plus 5.
Jesus. Sure. Yeah, I'll join you.
Grr.
Grr.
Winnie, you're my friend, and I'll make sure you don't regret this.
Grr, baby, grr.
Grr.
That friend and me.
Oh my God, you guys.
Friends, I know. Not a soldier.
All right, I'll head up to the mouth of the cave.
So Winnie's joining us,
I
right?
follow Fallon.
Have we had a rest yet, or are we abandoning the rest?
I think now we've been detected. Should we abandon the rest?
Okay.
Going in.
Okay, we're going.
There's a
Before
smoke
we
signal
You haven't
at
got
the front door
if
saying
you're
hello.
not resting, then you don't
Oh.
get your heals back or your life back.
Exactly, we spells.
I thought we'd rested when we rolled. For
No.
this.
No, we got attacked first.
Fallon, how injured are you?
Quite.
Can
Really?
I,
I have a
heal?
few. I have a few arrow holes and a nice.
That's
new,
what I thought.
A nice.
Will
new-
you allow me to lay hands on you?
Why don't you?
Touchy.
Yeah, if you can help me with some of these wounds,
Thing?
I wouldn't say.
How-
Also
how-
helps.
Hang on.
I don't want to
It-
waste
it-
my unicorn now.
I thought that was a oh yeah, because you only got 2 a day. Okay, fair enough.
Is this cave?
Well,
Is this a
shall we
large
have a
cave
rest
entrance?
then?
It's quite a large cave entrance, but you can only get in through the sort of small path to one side.
Okay, and how
Okay.
big is the path itself?
I'd say you could. It's about 5
5
or
foot?
6 foot wide.
Okay.
So you can probably get about
So-
2 of you sort of side by side.
Okay, because what I'm thinking is because I can cast again minor illusion to be 5 foot by 5 foot box, so I could cast a stone like rock to make it appear that the path is blocked by a boulder. So people wanted to rest. It would, confuse them and we could have, we could take turns to watch the rock. If anyone passed through, then we could then engage them from surprise. I don't know if anyone thinks that. I mean, I'm happy. My friend here, the orc is, the half orc here, Thalon, is clearly bleeding all over me at the moment.
It's only
And these are some.
Good.
I know you're clearly a brave person, but your judgment is yet to be decided upon. I think it would be a good idea if you rested up, my friend.
Right,
While
sure.
they're doing that, I'd like to cast Cure Wounds on Fallon.
Rather than rest.
That sounds like a great idea, Bryn. If you could heal
I think
Bryn even.
there's a few of your party that want to rest, so
Yeah.
you get to decide, or I'll take control.
Yeah,
of this.
I mean,
If you guys
have got.
how you want to rest. We'll do a short rest, which I think is in the half an hour, I can't remember.
Hour.
It's an hour. I'll cast a minor illusion on the rock, the path to make a 5-foot rock kind of appear.
So
I'm just going to sit there as a rock. I am the rock.
Okay.
You've got this 5-foot rock in the path.
Okay.
The rest of you
Wait,
are resting, keeping guard.
I'll wait. I just have a suggestion I want to make to the group. Okay. I look into this rock face of the caverns and everything like that. Thinking there's always sometimes, well, not always, but there's sometimes are also entrances into a cave from the top, chimneys or holes or things like that. If the rock face is not too high, while you guys are resting, I'd be willing enough to go scout up there and see if I can find a second entrance or anything like that into the cave from the top. If it's not too high up.
You can go if you want to do that. That's fine.
As long as you
Sounds
know
good.
you're on your own.
Miz, how high is it?
It's like a proper cliff face, so it's a nice idea, but I think it'll take you probably quite some time to try and scale it. So unlikely.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. No, if it's too big, then I've got a grappling hook in that. But if it's too big, I'll rather stay with the group then. It was just an idea.
Oh, that's fine.
Pray over your fallen.
So we'll
Question.
say what?
Technical question. What happens during the short rest? People heal a little bit.
So you take a short rest. Those of you that want to can use a hit dice to heal if you want to.
Okay. But you cannot get spells back.
No.
Not
On a
unless
short.
it's
You can if you're proficient in it, like I am.
How do you mean proficient in it?
It's a racial trait that
Is it
if
the
you,
trance?
yes.
So I've got that as well.
the trance is
No,
isn't
no, meditation, not trance, meditation.
You don't have meditation.
I don't have meditation. I only have trance. I think.
Is it a racial trait? Did you say?
Yeah, I think for elves or something.
No, that's called trance. You meditate, but it's called a trance. And basically, it takes your long rest from 8 hours to 4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So
We're
it doesn't
only
short
resting.
rest. The short
We're only
rest.
We're
resting
doing 1 hour. We're
1 hour.
Okay. So basically, I guess my question is, there's no point in me casting heal now, because I'm not going to get it back. So let's chow our bread, throw our hit dice, see how we look,
Right, so
and
I'll
keep
just
the heal
read
in the back
description so
pocket
you're
for when it's needed.
all clear of
Yeah,
what a
I
short
think
rest
so,
does.
maybe.
Okay, so a short
Okay,
rest.
you call that
is a period of
Fallon?
down-
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Sorry, Miz?
I don't want to promise heal and then not heal.
Oh.
It's not good. Not good having you on my bad side. Just want to make certain we're clear there. Okay.
Just so everyone knows, I have a group heal now.
You do?
I only have one use of it, and you have to be quite close. Well, reasonably close when I cast it.
That's a World of Warcraft.
Miz wants to explain something, guys.
I was just saying that short rest means you do nothing more strenuous than eating, drinking, reading, that sort of thing, and tending to your wounds. You can roll as many hit dice as you like, up to obviously your maximum number that you've got. If you don't have to say how many you're doing. You can choose to roll one after each one. So you can roll one if it heals you enough. You don't have to keep rolling. But you don't gain any hit points and any hit dice until you take a long rest. So you all should have at least 2 hit dice at your level at the moment. So it's up to you how much you use, or if you want to use it at all, you don't have to use it at all.
So I rolled a 4 on a strength check and a 10 on a hit dice to get my health. Suppose it's all right.
you've healed up. You've rolled one. You've used 1 hit dice so
Can I
far. So
do
you've still got
another
another one.
Is that there's a D20?
Yeah. No. Hit dice is D. Yours was D8, wasn't it? Was it a D8?
Yeah. Is it? 7.
Okay. So that takes you up to 4 hit points again.
Oh, that's good.
Where do I see that? Sorry, guys.
D&D Beyond.
Limited. Yeah, D&D Beyond under limited use on your sheet. It's got the short and long rest.
Yes, it's right at the bottom. Yes. So we're doing a short rest.
So, wait, sorry. So just to be clear, if I was doing the dice, it says here fighter 1d10 plus 2 total. So I would roll the 1d10 plus add 2, and that's how many hit dice I would recover if I was doing it.
How many hit points you will recover? Yeah.
Yeah.
hit
Okay.
dice.
Yeah, cool.
And
then
as level 2, you should have 2d10. Like you have 2 lots.
but
You have 2
remember,
lots of 1d10.
Yeah, but remember, I'm a fighter and a sorcerer, so it'd be.
Oh yeah, okay. You got 1d10
wait.
and 1d6.
Yeah, I'd roll the fighter's one and I'd roll the sorcerer's one.
Yeah.
Okay, but I don't need to anyway. Carry on.
Okay.
I can only use this during a short rest.
Use what during the short rest?
These he does.
Yes.
You can. Yes. Basically.
It's a waste to use them. I'm only injured for 2. That's certain. I can heal that
it's
by
fine.
swimming in the
It's
river.
fine because every time you use a short rest, you can do it again. It's fine.
Yeah.
No.
It's fine.
You use those hit dice up, and then and you only get them back after you have a long rest.
So you get one. So you only get 1 short rest, and then.
Okay.
No. You can have as many short rests as you want, but you can only use the hit dice to what your maximum is. So at level 2, you've got 2 hit dice each. So if you
only
use
get
one
the
this
hit
time
dice
and
back
one the next time.
on a long rest.
I mean, the short rest wouldn't gain you much if you're not using your hit dice. In all honesty,
like if you were 8th level, you have 8 different hit dice, whether they were D8s or D10s. At your first rest, say you were wounded pretty badly, you took 3 of them. That leaves you 5 more for any more rests that you want to take along the day.
Yeah.
And once you use all those 8 hit dice up, you don't get them back until after the long rest. I believe that's what Miz was saying.
I understand.
Okay, cool.
Okay, cool.
Wow. I never figured that part out.
It's good to know. Thank you.
And thank you, Miz, because I didn't know exactly how that worked either.
Good on you, Miz.
That's
I
good.
completely missed that.
Good to know.
That's what we're all
Okay.
at. That's all good.
Yeah.
So we'll say that your hour passes without too much trouble. Your book illusion still held. No one came out of the cave mouth.
I caught nothing. Fishing was bad.
So what are you guys doing now then?
I guess we head in the cave.
Yeah, we start the game. I say, wait.
like-
Before we go into the entrance, let's just make sure they don't have some kind of alarm system or that up. So obviously looking for any wires and traps and things like that. And I suggest we all look, not just one of us.
The traps.
Do you want me to poke it if I find it?
I got googly eyes.
Roll.
Ms. Bren will move here and start that process that he was just talking about.
I shall trust whoever does. He wants to take the lead on finding traps. I'll trust them.
I will move up behind Brim and keep an eye on anything coming out from.
before I will obviously remove the stone that's blocking the path, and I will just check, Ms., to see the floor if anyone has shown signs of coming up to the stone. Can I do is it an investigation again? Or is it,
Investigation.
yeah, investigation.
Can you, while he's brought out, can you tell me what your marching order is then? So Bryn and Thalin up front.
I'll go after Thalin.
I'll go also after.
So Bryn and Thalin up front. Then
Drake.
then Drake and Artex second.
Yep.
Drake and Artex. Next.
Me
I
and
can do
Winnie.
next.
Looks like I'm bringing up the rear.
Josephina.
And Winnie.
I can hang out with. I'll hang out with you,
and
Bryn.
Winnie.
Yeah.
And then at the back is
Baron and Brune.
what
Yeah,
you got at the
I mean,
back, I think.
Yeah, I'll hang out
The
with Bryn.
deadly
We'll go together.
bees.
We'll go together.
What time's that already?
Okay.
I rolled a 25 for investigation.
Okay. From looking around, these like the rocks are quite worn cave rocks that have been used quite a lot, so you can't really discern from anything to see whether anyone's been traveling there recently or not, because it's just
Okay.
kind of
Alright.
semi-slippery
Okay.
rocks. Who here's got dark vision?
Me.
I do.
Me.
Yep.
I do.
If I close my eyes, it's pretty dark.
Bryn does.
Okay.
I-
So there's any other that haven't got dark vision?
Yeah, that's a better question.
Yeah.
That is a better question.
So have you all got dark vision?
Yep.
I
Is
don't
there
think
anybody
I
that
have.
does not have
Yeah,
dark
so
vision?
everyone hasn't. No one's saying they haven't, so I presume
The
you're
short one
okay.
doesn't.
Who?
Me.
Brew.
Oh, you
Bryn.
do.
Yeah.
He made a great
Yeah.
joke. Did you know? It was a
Yeah,
great joke.
Hopkins have dark vision.
Do you want to hold my hand, Brew?
Where?
Hold on.
I'm next to him. It's okay. I've got this. I got dark vision, Bryn. You're safe with me. I can see ahead. Do not fear, my friend. You,
Features
join.
and
Goblins don't
racial
have
traits.
dark vision.
You will be fine.
Wait.
Just hold on to my tail.
Brune is a halfling and he doesn't have dark vision?
Yeah, no, they do. Let me just go there.
Lucky, brave, halfling nimbleness, and stout resilience.
It's because of the subrace that you are within the halflings then?
Oh,
Stout.
that sucks. Let's just see.
It's okay.
Damn.
I got
It
him.
doesn't.
Gonna be.
Allows
got
us
him.
to
It's
drink
fine.
more magic potions.
You'll be fine.
Okay, I'll take out my bullseye lantern. Or hooded lantern. Keep it
It's
like
fine.
very low light.
It's fine. It's fine. I got
We
it.
just need to like see ahead of us. We don't need to have everyone see.
It's
That's
close.
great.
Someone needs to see.
Shoot where I hear the screaming.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as you so you're going into the cave then, I presume.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
remember
why not?
to check for the traps and the alarm systems.
So
Also for-
as you all cross the stream over to the eastern side of the river, you noticed on the just to the east behind the briar thickets, there's like a hollowed out area which was like the lookout post, which is where these two goblins actually came from. You see wooden planks along the floor, pushing the briars down and making sort of like a flat platform area. You see a fireplace that's kind of been put out for quite some time. Almost rekindled by the bushfire, but it didn't recatch. As you, let me just look where it's gone. So, do you want to roll for perception, please? If you're looking.
Okay. Perception
Is it perception? Is it perception?
Yes,
Depends.
Yeah.
it
Yes,
is.
Yes, it is. We need to see ahead of ourselves.
7 plus
320.
Who? All of us?
Well, it really is only going to be the people at the front
Yeah,
and
just
the people at the back.
okay.
Roll, please,
Drake-
because you're
Drake
like
got
looking
a-
out at the front and looking
Okay.
out the back.
One
I got a
perception coming up.
16. I got a 16.
13. Alan.
19.
12.
25.
Okay. So we'll say you're walking in looking for traps and things like that. So
I
just
got
as you, so you're going.
Sorry, Bryn rolled a natural 20.
Natural 20. Okay.
Ooh.
So as
And
far as you
then-
can tell,
He sees the can dances in the bush there.
as far as you can see, at least in the entrance of the cave, there's no traps or anything that's been left.
Just a
Good
question.
deal.
Did we miss the third goblin standing in the bushes by the fireplace?
There's a third.
The third one is not meant to be there.
Okay, good.
I moved. He was
He
going to
died
be
at
there,
fright.
but I moved him later on, so I don't worry about it.
I assumed he was
It's the guy that we saw earlier. I think he bled out.
He's going to be somewhere else because you
Add
guys are
hallucinations
messing
to
around.
Valid's
It's fine.
character.
So just as you head inside the cave mouth, you notice that there's a few. Let me uncover this section actually.
Yay, map.
Start seeing some map now.
Very nice.
You see that there's some uneven steps that are kind of naturally formed into the rock face, leading up into a small dark chamber to the east, at the side of the passage. The cave in front goes to a narrow, steep fissure at the far end, and you can kind of inside the cave you can smell a strong smell of animals coming from this cave. On the can you see that? You probably said see that far on the. That might uncover too much. Let me just have a look. There you go.
Single file or two abreast.
On the western side, you also notice a sort of. So the pathway in front of you kind of curves round to the back of the rocks, and you can't see where it goes. It leads off into the darkness. On the west-hand side, you notice another sort of pathway with steep kind of incline, but it's climbable. There's like ledges going up from where you are. Forward.
And you said that the stream is only about 2 feet deep.
The cave entrance is about 2 feet deep, yeah. So as you can probably, I'd say from now where you are just at the cave entrance, you could probably hear at the far end of the cave, the echoing of the water falling, a quite strong current at the far end.
Is the current very loud?
It sounds like you can hear like waterfall sort of echoing down the
In the distance, though,
in the
correct?
distance. Yes, yeah.
Okay. I'd probably stick to the pathway if I can, the ledge on the right. And we'll move up.
Do we edge forward?
You-
I'll slowly edge forward, sticking to the side of the wall to peek around the corner.
Okay.
Checking
So-
checking as I go, of course. Trying to be
As
quiet.
you move forward, I'm just going to kind of move your character. It doesn't matter too much. You peek round to the chamber that's to your right. You notice 3 wolves chained up onto a stalagmite. Is it stalagmite? Stalagmite, I think.
Correct.
Anyway, and there's like you notice that there's like an iron rod that's been rammed into the rock. 2 heavy-duty looking chains collar each of the wolves tied to this stalagmite. In the northeastern end of the chamber, you can see a pile of looks like garbage and rubbish, and that's at the bottom of this fissure that you can see that goes up, and it looks like it's been used as like a rubbish chute, and they've kind of chucked it down, falls down into this chamber where these wolves are now residing.
Can I
Okay,
see the wolves?
I will motion behind me to hold the party and and slowly back away.
What kind of wolves are they? Regular wolves? Forest wolves?
I describe the wolves to them and tell them what is up ahead and to see what they would like to do about it.
Well, there's clearly only one person here that has such a great affinity to wolves.
Can
I
I
would
speak to the wolves?
I would
There she is.
that's the one I was talking about.
You go ahead. I can, but you go ahead as well.
You can speak to wolves as well. You can have a chat with them if you want.
Well, no, it's cool. I'm a druid. I have an affinity for wolves because, nature and stuff, but really don't like them, so go ahead.
Okay. I'll approach with caution, but just far enough away so that they can't attack me. And I'd like to say, who's chained you up?
So as you approach the wolves, they begin to get agitated.
Is it even a silence spell?
Pardon?
I'm speaking to the party. Does anyone have a silence spell?
So you hear the chains rattle as they pull against them.
I think I've lost sound.
Silence is thing.
It might be our connection, I think.
Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We've lost the sound.
Yeah, it's all right. Sorry, I think our connection was going a little bit then. So you approach gently. As you approach the open mouth of the cave and start talking to the wolves, I will say from your nature check, you get the dominant or alpha wolf,
Hello?
so you start talking to that one.
Okay, I lost you guys there for a sec.
Yeah.
Back again.
I got the gist of it. He's talking to an alpha, talking
Is
to
it
the
us
alpha.
you lost, or okay,
Yeah.
I'm back.
it's a connection.
Maybe it's just a Discord or something.
Yeah. So yeah, you hear the chains start rattling, the walls start pulling against them. And you say you ask them who chained them up.
Yeah, who's chained you up?
Goblins,
The goblins.
masters.
That's pretty mean, chaining you up. I bet you look hungry.
Quite hungry.
Do you want a bit of
I have a
bacon?
wolf that can feed him.
I'd like some bacon.
I throw a little bit of bacon out of my bag from the breakfast.
Don't throw the bacon. There's a dead goblin back there.
Oh,
Don't waste bacon.
I was thinking the same thing.
Roll
animal handling.
animal handling.
Yeah, we love that. 14 plus 5.
Okay. So as you throw the meat towards them, they kind of all pounce in on the meat and start eating that, and kind of switch off and stop ignoring you while they eat the food.
Do you want me to get a goblin for them to chew on?
Yeah.
Save the bacon.
I
That's a
walk
good
back out
idea.
the cave and grab the goblin and throw him to
Do you
the
know?
wolves.
Did you see where they put the key? I could unlock you if I knew where the key was.
I don't think unlocking them would be such a good idea unless we know for a fact they're not going to munch on us or attack us.
Okay, so I'd say, Talon, that's easy enough for you to go out, grab one of the goblins that was laying outside, so you kind of bring it back and toss it to the wolves, and they just basically lap it up and start munching away at the goblins.
And as part of my speech of the woods, I understand whether they are showing me any friendship or whether they are aggressive towards me. And not only can I speak to them,
now that they've just fed them a great big goblin, and
I
you
can
spoke,
decipher the noises and motions and understand how they are responding towards me.
so now that he's thrown in the goblin, and you've talked to it down, they're kind of just. They're not showing any aggressive now. They're basically just devouring this goblin that's been chucked at them rather than you guys. They're kind of just ignoring you now.
Well, I personally feel that it would be nice to let them go, and I don't think they would attack us. Do I feel that they would attack us?
Nom nom nom.
At the moment, they're concentrating on the goblin.
Does your
But
pet
I
wolf
can't
have
say
any
what they're going to
insight?
do if they finish the goblin. They're concentrating on eating the goblin. At this current stage, if you unchain them, they're still eating the goblin, I suppose is the best way I can put it. Otherwise,
Can I hear what's being said ahead of me, Mister? Am I completely in the dark?
Yeah, no, I'd say you're all kind of bunched up at the moment. So, you've all pressed on
Yeah.
and moved in.
We're looking at your feast.
Following like reasonably close to each other, or you?
So why don't you make a deal with them and say if you set them free, could they cause like a bit of carnage ahead of us? Go and attack something, or just set them free? Do you think they'd run away?
That's a good idea.
Maybe they want some revenge, yeah.
How do you feel about that? How do you feel if I set you free? Do you think you'd be able to help us a little bit and create some distraction and help us
Get some
As you try to
revenge.
communicate with them, you just hear
Fresh
them
goblin.
growl, and they're just devouring the food. They've lost all interest in you. They're not listening
Right.
because they've got dinner. They're pack animals. They're hungry. They don't look well kept. They're quite starving. They're quite thin, but they're like been trained. You can probably presume for like fighting and using as attack dogs. So they're every time they get meat, they're like they don't get fed often just to keep them more meat. So at the moment, they're literally just focused on eating this goblin.
I think then in that case we'll just leave them as they are. We could let them out on the way back.
Do you think
I
my
remember-
worry is?
Or kill them.
Sorry, go.
I decided to have a little
Don't kill them.
Don't kill them.
little scratch around in that bone pile.
What, did somebody mention bonfire?
Who's
Oh.
killing them?
The person with the good heart. I don't believe Thalon could even murder a small fly. To be fair,
He tried.
It was a pelt.
There's the bushes getting in the way.
the bushes. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
There's no bushes in
I-
the way, it'll be good.
I cast
Um,
magic hand and I let it float over and just pat them and go, nice wolf, nice wolf.
At least we know that they've had something to eat.
They won't be so hungry. Yeah, that's good. I mean, I was just going to say if we let. Can we just let them go
And
then?
they just
Shall
growl.
we? Okay, let's just let them go.
Let's just let them go, and then that we don't have to deal with them if they're in the. We don't want to come back and have to deal with these guys if they've been let loose by a rogue goblin or
Yeah,
something.
Oh, mind control this.
I don't want to be flanked. Is all I'm saying.
Come on, darling.
Okay.
Break them free.
You want me to break the
Okay.
chains?
Yeah.
All right.
I moved out of the way.
Barbarian.
I moved way out of the way of the exit and any of the parties so that I don't get targeted first.
I
So
quickly
if
move up,
possible,
slam the
Yeah.
X down onto the chains.
They won't hurt
On the rock side, not on their necks.
you. Yeah.
Can we not have
Yeah,
like
one
somebody
quiver
with,
and die. No, just
Can get some
as
pelt in the process.
do we not have anyone that's got good skills at opening locks, like a thief or someone that's got good thief lock?
Alan's gone up.
No.
He heard set them free.
Big
Someone
clanking
Smashed down. You hear
sounds.
this,
There was a Valros guy apparently.
Well, we have another rogue in the party, I believe.
Do an attack with your axe.
I thought maybe another thief or something.
Yeah.
I am really surprised that you want to set them free. We know where they are. They can't get away, and they're
16
really.
Okay.
Yeah, but they've been
Brent's
subject
trying to
to
like
cruelty.
convince you not to do it, and as you're doing so, Valent's just kind of heard someone say, "Set them free." He's like, "Okay." Go straight up, smack. You just hear this like ringing sound echo throughout the cave as he smacks down onto these chains. The iron, the peg that's kind of holding them in is rusty and old. It wasn't that strong to begin with, and just with one hit, the iron breaks and the chains go free. As for the dwarves, they currently kind of flinch at the sound and go back to eating goblin.
I just walk back over and say, all right, you're free. Shall we continue?
And I say to the wolves, be free.
Tashiki,
Free now.
Live your dream.
Live the dream. Live the.
Born free as the wind blows.
Okay, so we have a big decision, guys. So we're going to go tiptoe. We're going to go to this steeper thing over the river to the top left. We're going to go up the stairs. We're going to go right.
I was on my way to investigate that bone pile.
I agree with you, yeah.
That's the
To
big
pick it
factor.
about and see if there's anything
Yeah.
in there that's
Poke around.
Yeah,
having a little
Mine's-
poke around.
Just don't step on the wolf's tail.
Just
I
as
join
a
it.
No, I'll stay. I'm small. They've had more
Okay.
food than me already, so I can't see them.
So
Going for a second-rate meal now.
Just a suggestion. They may be territorial over their chew toys, so be careful.
okay, so Broom walks past you all. Just walks easily past the wall to carry on ignoring. If you go through to the bone pile, you notice that it's just full of skulls, bones, rubbish, that's like leftover meat, kind of like half-eaten stuff. Basically, a nice fissure that you can see. It's about 30 foot high. It's a corridor. You could potentially climb it if you wanted to.
Miz,
Yeah, I've done.
breaking up a bit.
Yeah,
Robot.
Becoming
Mr.
robotic.
Roboto.
that's
You
weird.
want to restart your Discord, maybe?
That's probably what it is.
Is it us?
Hang on a sec. Let me just exit Discord.
It actually
When I
sounds
get this
pretty
idea,
good.
I found nothing.
Basically,
Say a couple.
Yeah.
you found the goblin's toilet or garbage disposal. It's not decided yet. I'll be back in a sec.
Okay, so left.
Is that
What
bits
are we?
to make Miz better? I certainly hope so. In Wills. Thank you.
In the world.
Interesting cave.
Is this better?
Back in a sec.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Okay.
Yeah. There you go.
Ooh.
Yeah, say a couple of lines, Miz. It sounds like you're doing okay right now.
Okay, so
Yeah, you're clear.
as you went through into the bone pile, yeah, you just noticed that it's full of a load of rubbish and stuff that's been chucked from what looks like the fish is like a chimney going up. It's been jumped through down there.
Very good. I moved back to the group.
Why have you got echo?
Following.
Well, you're not using it.
Okay, guys.
Cool stuff.
I
We're going
would,
to make a big decision.
Yeah,
Big
are we
decision.
going left? What are you voting for? Left to
Let me,
wave the hand, or
let
up
me
on the
let me
steps?
move up. Let me move up to the left and take a look and see if that reveals anything else.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Why does it sound your Discord that I'm muted when I'm not? Fucking hell. Get a bit fed up with the technology. Try going back. Sorry guys, 1 second. Technical issues.
Don't worry. We will talk amongst each other. So, guys,
Yeah.
my passive perception or whatever, I kind of
Yeah.
think that obviously there's a level above us. We're probably
Better?
looking at a layered cave system. There's probably a room above us. If they,
Now you're
if
becoming
that's
a
the-
robot, Keel.
Sorry?
I don't know if it's just Discord playing up, to be honest.
Could be.
Okay.
There's a mouse breaking up.
I may need to reset my Discord because Keel's sounding robotic. Say something.
Maybe if you all
Right,
just
just-
quickly go and refresh your Discord because it's been breaking
Okay.
up. So
I've just got to delete.
Okay, Joe, we're going to do a quick refresh.
Yeah, I'm on
sorry
a-
guys,
I'm
we're
on
having
my
a lot
Discord.
of technical issues tonight, so bear with us.
Okay. Everyone's getting muted now.
And we're back. Welcome back, guys. Sorry about that. We were having, I think Discord had a pushing up an update or something, so it's causing everybody to kind of robot voice. So hopefully we're all back and working again. So let's continue. So I'll say for like the 6th time, in the pile of rubbish that you saw at the bottom, there's nothing there. You rummage through it. You just know that it's basically like a rubbish chute that's coming down there from the room above. But yeah, you don't find anything of value there.
Okay, so left. Well, didn't you say Brune? Didn't you say you wanted to go left?
To follow the river around.
Could we ask the wolves? See if they know the direction where the orcs are.
Goblins.
Yeah,
Good idea.
Goblins. Sorry.
That's the
They kind of,
wolves.
you know, they.
Where about? Do you remember which direction the goblins are?
Wait about size.
They kind of break a little bit from the feet. And they go, goblins everywhere.
Everywhere.
Full cave full of goblins.
So which is the quickest way? Do you know which is the
No idea. We chained here. We don't leave unless let loose.
Okay, let's see where the tracks for most traffic where they've been walking
So
around.
as you
Hang on,
guys all
hang on.
regroup
Oh.
at the bottom of the cave, you all of a sudden hear a rush of water come flying down around the corner of the cave. A pool of water, just like almost like a full waterfall, covers all the way through. I need you all to roll a dex dexterity saving throw.
Oh, what is mine?
Can I roll guidance?
No, this is like caught you off guard.
Yeah.
Is that a D20?
What? I roll a dex, a d20.
Yep.
Yeah.
Plus my
Plus
save
your-
on dexterity.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
18.
Me too. 20.
So 14 plus my save, which is 21.
Okay. Bryn?
11 for Salem.
11.
Echo going on, by the way.
14 plus 6, 20 total.
Okay. So Thalen 11. Baron?
Quick question. When someone said about dex save, someone said something about a dex save. Is that a special place? Is there for that?
Your character sheet in D&D Beyond, it has the saves right next to your stats.
So dexterity says mod and then save.
Yeah.
So yours is -1.
Yeah. I know. That's -1, but that's not the. That's not the
It's also
save,
the
is it? Or is it?
20.
That's also the save. Okay, so I got 9.
So basically, any roll, like a check, is a d20, and then it's adding the minus in modifiers. Okay, so if I ask you to do a save, it'll always be a d20, and then you look at whatever modifiers you're applying to it.
That's what I was going to do. It just sounded like it was something special. That was all.
No,
it's 9.
Yeah, okay, no problem. Okay, so all of you managed to kind of, as you hear this water come rushing around the corner, you manage to all push and dart to one side and jump into the gap where the wolves are. And the water rushes past. Unfortunately, Baron, as he goes to do so, gets hit by the waves of the water and it takes his legs out. Baron, I need you to roll a strength save to see if you manage to hold on. So
I roll sleight of hand to try and
Come on,
grab
Baron.
him.
I chuck the end of rope if I can.
Oh no.
1 natural 1 plus 2. So
+2. Don't forget the +2.
Thank the gods for the
Right.
multipliers, eh?
Okay, so as you the water takes you out, takes your legs out, you kind of go full face down into the water, and you go to grab hold of the rock that's near you, and as you do so, you just slip, and you tumble. Your body kind of tumbles out through the cave entrance down to the stream where it's about 2 foot deep, and you take 1d6 bludgeoning damage. 1 second. Do I roll that or do you roll that? I think I roll that.
Thank you.
Sorry. 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
5 points of bludgeoning damage. All right.
Dangerous waters.
I really do wonder why that guy doesn't just walk on his tail and drag a little limpy leg behind him.
It's so regretting his dexterity.
So I'm just like literally just obviously soaking, and I'm a bit sore, very sore. Oh, woo! Well, that woke me up, boys. Just trying to get the water. You're like, okay.
How about
I vote that way.
I turn to the group.
That way.
Listen, guys, that was most probably a deliberate trap that they opened because they know we're here. So I was just getting your weapons ready so that we aren't surprised at anybody coming down towards us now. Take out my weapons and I'm ready for a fight just in case.
I'm always ready.
Born ready.
I'll move up.
I was going to say before we absolutely, and I'm completely drenched right now. Was that it might, yeah. I could do with I could do with a really good bushfire right now. To be fair, to dry me off.
Don't you ask him to satellite to you or something?
No, I was going to say, Joe, do you think you could just one more time before we go now? Could you ask one of the wolves if he has seen an alpha goblin, and where does he normally prowl?
Mr. Wolf, have you seen anybody that looks like he's really in charge? That looks like he's the boss?
All goblins boss of us.
Any worse than the others?
Our handler. The one who whips us.
The one who... Which way was he?
Outside of this cave.
Oh, outside.
No, they're trapped in this room. Well, they don't go anywhere.
And can I
can't
just
tell you the mazes of the...
We'll really look after you if you give us a hand. How do you know...
Or a pull.
Feel about that? Come and help us. Come and help us and we'll give you lots of treats when we get out of here.
Lots of nom
If
noms.
that's asked very nice,
Lots
we
of
might even
bacon.
wear them for the rest of
A nice
life.
brush.
They're not ponies. They're wolves.
More bacon. Yummy, yummy bacon.
Pink bow on your head.
Beautiful again.
Roll persuasion.
Persuasion. And you don't want animal handling.
No, persuasion.
So love animal handling.
Brilliant.
12.
magic version.
-1. Nobody knows.
We'll have goblin food. We feast for now.
Maybe later.
Okay.
Will we roll for left or right?
I'm happy whichever.
Have some cheese.
I really right now just want to get somewhere so I can dry. And I'm kind of I'm March. I can't be bothered with this conversation now. I'm in a bit of a bad mood because I'm now soaking wet and uncomfortable. So I'm just gonna literally just walk straight up, and I'm gonna go.
You're not gonna lead the way though.
Okay, so as you walk up, storm up like past, rejoin the rest of the group who have been standing there anyway. You notice now that towards the end of the corridor, so on the left, like I said, you've got a steep incline that you can get up. The pathway in front of you kind of goes up dramatically steeply from where you are and curves around the corner. You also notice a old wooden rickety rope bridge crossing about 20 foot up from the stream at the end of the cave that you can see at the moment.
Okay. But I can't see a way up to the bridge, though, can I? This bridge, I just see it crossing.
You could potentially climb up the rocks to get to it. Or one of the paths
Okay.
may lead to it. You can't.
Could I throw a halfling up there with a grappling hook?
I quickly pass my grab.
Say
No,
probably
the
say
halfling.
you'll struggle to throw a halfling 20 feet up.
It's not worth it then. You can put the grappling hook away.
Remember,
It's like-
I'm a little bit stout. You should look at that.
More
He's sturdy as well, so
Let's
you
get
know.
That little blue one.
Broom can't see.
Okay.
at this point.
I'm a stout
So-
too, so Buggy you.
How
All
far away?
very
So
stout and
this-
sturdy.
how far away is the bridge?
20 feet up.
It's at the end of the cave, the end of the from before as the cave bends to the east. It's
So
above.
that's
above there.
5, 10. Judging the.
Ben would like to move here.
You can see the shadow in the water.
Take a look at both areas and then move there.
Yeah.
For the next times. Just to give you an idea.
I follow him
Yeah.
here.
All right, let's head forwards.
Okay, wait. Let's just check this area that we're pointing to now.
Hang on, one hand at a time.
Bling, 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 bling.
Where's Broom going? I can't see Broom's. I've got everybody else's cursor. I can't see Broom's.
Just look for the arrow.
I have.
Hey, that's true. Brune, we can see your arrow, but we can't see your hand.
I can't see arrow or anything.
He's got a ruler.
He's pointing
He's
there.
on the. He's on the
I
western
know.
side.
I'm and Broom is brown. Oh, no, skill.
Broom is brown.
Green.
Yeah. Broom.
Wait, just move your character that way, Brune.
Hang on, isn't it Bryn that's leading you?
Correct.
Yeah. So where's Bryn going?
Brune, sorry. Just pick up your character and move him there.
Can I move him there?
It's Brew.
No, Bryn. Bryn is leading you, but I can't see where he's pointing to go.
He wants
Yeah,
to
that's
go
fine.
to the west side.
Here we go.
Where somebody just moved me.
There. Okay, so you're going to head over to that side.
Yeah. I'm missioning.
Hands off. Hands
With
off,
him, yeah.
halfling.
And what's the rest of you doing?
Well, we're going to stick with him, I think. aren't we?
So you're going to follow him to the west side.
Well,
Why not
he's
already?
back here until he gives us a report. He's gonna shut back and say, "Oh, looks like it's
Find my
there."
cat.
Then I'll get with you.
I can't hear a word you're saying. You're roboting for me.
Robot type.
Yes.
The internet is very ill.
Yep.
God.
It has been for 2 weeks.
What is that side? Okay, so you're all following him over to the west-hand side.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. What do you want to do once you're on the west-hand side?
I'm not following the Miz.
You're not.
Because I'm going to do something first. So once I was crossing over, I'm going to cast minor illusion of a half 5 foot walk person, kind of like equivalent to Brune. And I'm going to cast it on the bridge, right on the corner. So if there was anyone either on one side of the bridge, on the other side of the bridge, or facing the front of the bridge, would see this and potentially come and approach and see if it will engage anyone, or anyone will be is like, what's in this bridge? I'll be able to kind of entice them to come and see it.
What are you casting? Oh,
Mine
A 5 foot halfling.
5.5. Okay.
Yeah.
The image of me,
You're me.
A
so that
redundant
after they
half
kill me
appears
and
on
they
the
see
bridge.
me again, I can go.
So
I live again.
you cast the illusion. The illusion appears. I mean, you're low down and it's 20 foot up, so you can't see too well up there. It's quite dark, but you know roughly where the bridge is, so you cast the illusion on there. Okay.
Can
We
see
wait
the
to see if it has some kind of reaction.
Yeah, we're just waiting to see if there's any like shouts or screams or yells or anyone fires an arrow at it or just anything to kind of indicate that there could be someone out there.
So a few moments pass, and all of a sudden you hear once again the large rushing of water as it comes flying down around the bend that it did before, spilling over you all. And I need you to once again roll a dexterity save.
Come on. 11 plus 4, 2, 3, 4. 15.
21.
17.
7.
19.
And Baron.
That's a 12 plus 7.
An 8.
Wow. And Bryn?
Do we not get advantage because we know the sound?
12 plus
Just get-
12 plus 7, 19. No, 19.
No.
Bryn?
so I can roll it.
I'm
in?
sorry, I heard you. I'm having to move around the table. It takes me a bit to get back to where the rolling is.
You should just save your camera angle.
That's the next step. I just haven't figured out how to do that yet. I rolled a 19. What are we rolling for? And I can tell you the modification.
Doesn't matter,
Dex
you can
save.
anyway.
It's for Dex,
Roll-
Yeah.
yeah, doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
so 25.
So once again, as the water comes flooding down
Sorry.
up to almost like 10 foot high, washing around the side of the majority of you, apart from Baron and Josephina, managed to jump up into the gap where you're hiding, into that little ledge on the west hand side. Baron and Josephina, the water once again rushes and hits you like a brick wall. I need you, so you both get taken down. I need you again to roll a strength save, please.
Plus
Strength.
17.
Cry me a river.
Nice.
14.
Okay, so this time Baron manages to, having just experienced this, just quickly grabs onto the side of the rock, and the water sort of hits you and pushes you backwards, but you manage to kind of get your and pull yourself back up. Josephina, sadly, doesn't manage it, and once you, the waves take you, and you tumble backwards back out to the front of the mouth of the cave, and you take 1d6. You take 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Wave to the wolves as you pass.
And
Oh, help me.
you're now back at
5
the front
damage.
of the cave.
21 minus
Hey,
8.
Baron. Good to see you learn to swim.
I'm already wet, so it doesn't really matter anymore.
I think we've got to move here before that tidal waterfall comes down again.
Comes again. Yeah,
Gotta
that's what
stay
I'm
high.
thinking.
Gotta stay hydrated.
So,
I think we
What,
should
what
move
is
quickly.
what is this to our west? To the west of us now.
So it's like a very it's a
Nice.
steep passage. So
Leading down or what?
it's
I
really,
rolled
it goes up.
stealth
So
and
as you
creeping
look
up.
up from up the passage, you see that it kind of goes up and looks like to be on the same level as where the bridge is. So it goes up to about 20 feet high eventually.
Oh,
Does it feel like this water comes on a regular interval?
yeah.
You know,
Probably.
if we'd be
So-
looking at an alternative.
it didn't appear to be triggered by my figure illusion briefly. It's obviously gone now. But
Can I roll stealth and move out of this waterfall danger trough of water hazard disaster area?
Where do you want to move?
those are
West,
three questions.
Up the steep
One at a time.
passage.
Okay,
One
so
question.
you want to start climbing up this passage on the west. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
What's everybody doing? What does everybody want to do? So you want to
I'm
go up
gonna-
there?
Yeah. Let's go up there.
Okay.
That's my vote. Anybody else?
I would like to do the same, being careful and checking along the way. You never
Right,
know
so
what you may
what
find.
order are you climbing this steep passage?
Okay, wait. I've got rope, so to make this easier, I'm going to try and go first so that if I'm at the top and it's safe, I'm going to secure a rope and then send it down and then help the guys to get back up so that we don't lose anybody.
How about we think about tying ourselves to each other so that if it happens again, we're all secure? You know, if the water gushes again.
Currently, you're
I
at
don't
the
care.
mouth of the
I know, I'm
cave.
miles away now.
They
I'm
can't-
All die at the same time.
Miserable?
Yeah.
On the far left side where the fog of war kind of interferes, the gray, is that a kind of a crawl underneath space, or is that just a graphical anomaly?
Graphical problem.
Okay, just making sure. I didn't know. I didn't.
Reveal too much. I could probably.
No, you don't have to. You don't have to change it. I was just thinking, it's like instead of us risking things and climbing, if it was a crawl space to the left, it's like, well, let's try spelunking and crawling through things, you know. So just double check it.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to
All
try
I
the
want to
rope.
do is stand on dry ground.
Yeah, at the moment we'll say you're on that little bit off of the stream, but it's good.
Yeah.
Way it floods down, it still takes you down. So you're all in that little section for the first part. I can't. It's not about moving the models. Like I said before, this is just a visual representation. So apart from Josephina, who's at the mouth of the cave, the rest of you are now in that western gap.
Yes.
Baron, where are you? Because you were holding on. Oh, he's gone. Don't remember it.
I'm here. Sorry. I'm just gonna. I'm not much of a climber, and I've been soaked twice, so I'm just going to watch to see if you guys find anything from up there. If you see something, and you could kind of either signal me, just give me the old signal to say, "Hey, we found something. It's good to come." Otherwise, I'll wait here just for the time being, out of the way of hopefully the water. I think I'm safe here where the wolves are, so
Okay.
I don't think they're going to eat me.
You can be on the western side with us, even if you don't see it. There's enough space for us there, and we're out of the way of the water.
I'm
Boys,
just worried about getting washed away again.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
so
what Miss said when you were gone.
maybe
can
Joe
do-
can come and stay with me here
I'm going to
next to the wolves.
tie some rope around my waist and throw it to Baron, so
Yeah.
that he can secure it, so that if that tidal wave comes again, I won't get washed away.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you're staying at the cave mouth.
Yeah,
and
and just
join them.
until Baron gets the rope and make sure that I won't.
I got the rope and I'll tie it to the
Tie it
latch
to the
onto
rock.
the rock here where the wolves were once latched to. I'll tie it to. I'll
Okay.
latch
And
it
then
to
I'm
that.
going
and
to
tie it.
pull myself up with the.
So you're going to go and
using the
stand
rope.
with Baron.
Yeah, I'm going to go and join
Yeah.
Baron.
Okay.
Cool. We'll stay here. I'll wait to see what these guys find.
Okay, I'm scuttling up.
And just try
You
and
know,
get
you
Baron.
like fast food for their wolves.
Right. Okay. So Western Passage. So basically, the passage is choked with rubble going up, so it's like steep escarpments on the way up. The area is kind of difficult for you to get up, but you can get up it. What order are you going up?
Just a question. Does it seem possible if I use my grappling hook with rope that I'd be able to latch on something and then climb up that way?
I mean, it's easy enough for you to get up, but it's like ledges, so it looks
Okay.
like a platform of ledges, so you can just pull yourself up. It's just that it'll use it a bit slower because you've got to kind of climb up rather than it being like steps.
It's quite
Okay.
short.
Yeah.
Short.
I'm sure.
Okay,
I'm sure
I'll go.
Baron can throw me at least 2 ledges at a time.
I'll go first. But when I get to the top, I'm just going to do a quick peek to see if there's danger and then duck down again.
This is like Gimli from Lord of the Rings. Don't tell the elf.
So
I'll go first.
you're going to climb up to the first ledge. Is anyone joining you, or are you going to do the full scouting? What's everybody else want to do?
I'll join him.
So you're going to go up on the ledge as well.
Yes.
So you both, I'll just for the argument's sake put you both on. We need to sort these characters out. Both on this first ledge. How much do you weigh?
Oh, that's a question I don't know. Let's have a looky here. How much do I weigh?
Before
I'm
or
going to say
after dinner?
you both being on there, you both combined weights are going to be over 100 pounds.
Yeah, I weigh 118 pounds.
Oh, okay. So as you both stand up onto the ledge, all of a sudden you hear this sort of crumbling, grumbling sound, and then the ledge gives way and falls down. You need to
Make an acrobatics check
the
backwards.
saving throw.
Okay, my saving throw in the attempt, I'm trying to grab onto the next level if I can. That's what I'm trying.
So do a dexterity saving throw. Please.
Yep. And it is 10 plus 4, 14.
Okay. And Brent.
5 plus 6, 11.
11. Okay, so you both fall back with the rubble as it falls down, but you take 2d6 bludgeoning damage, but halved because you both managed to kind of resist most of the fall as you go down. So half of 5, so 2 damage each.
I
Okay.
think
Nice.
we should just follow the stream up.
So now it's for although the rubble's come down, you can now kind of walk up it easier. It's just the ledge was a bit unstable now, but now it's kind of the rubble as it's fallen down has made it.
Nice work, Bryn.
I got hurt. I'm not going to change my mind. I already got hurt here. I'm carrying on up there. I don't know about the rest of you.
No spelunking.
Okay.
Yes, I mean, it's easier now. Let's go.
Blood Eagle, thank you for the host.
Oh, my character's disappeared.
Sounds good.
Oh, there he is.
Okay. So,
Okay.
Drake, you carry on pulling up to the top of the ledge. As you get to the top of the steep ramp, you notice that there's a pathway that goes off to the right that follows it around, you presume, towards where the bridge is. And then there's also a cave or an entranceway to the left as well.
Okay. I move back to the ledge and I just signal to the rest. It's safe. Guys can come up.
Okay.
Very softly, of course.
We'll head
Can we relay the message to Baron and Josephina?
Give us the old thumbs up, good to come, whatever, and we'll.
Yeah, that's what I did.
No, to the guys near you. No, that was to the guys in front, but I just need somebody for us. We're further away. It's a chain of communication. So
I said I relayed the message. Come boys.
you did. Okay.
I think we have
If
established
you're going to cross the water,
and Tookie
do it
does
quick.
not work.
It seems to work. Okay, so
Just make certain it's nearly time for the water to come down. So just rush over or
I will help Brune.
chuck that rope here that we can hold on to you.
I'll chuck.
There's no rushing. There's no rushing.
We could throw the
button.
rope over to them so that, we can secure it on that side now.
so
I'll definitely assist anyone who needs help up these ledges.
okay, so we'll say that you go, Baron and you go and join. That you can,
Yep.
if you like,
Yep.
throw your rope across to them.
Yeah,
If you're worried
just to
about
be
falling
extra
down.
safe.
Extra safe. Okay, so you do so, and then cross the river. Because obviously, once this waterfall came down and knocked you back, the river settles back down again into its normal flow. It's just a surge of water. So you cross back over. You all head up to the Western Passage. I'd say that you now climb your way up, and you're around the top of the. Where you, for argument's sake, I mean, messing around with the map and putting everybody on there. You're all red drapes
At the top.
for the moment.
Yeah, the top.
That sounds
But
good.
it's on its own top.
Woo!
As you get to the top, you notice that, as I said, that you all see that the cave goes to the right, which heads back on itself towards where the bridge was, you presume, and then to the left there's another dark passage heading that way.
Okay.
Okay, so we just took the long way, basically, or the hard way.
Left is always right. Let's go that way.
I go and
don't know.
stealth mode.
I don't know where we took. It seems fine to me. I would
Yes.
suggest we go to the left, Miss. I'm going to walk confidently around this corner and roll perception.
Okay, weapons out and I go in stealth mode.
Go left. There's going to be lots of things. I'm sure.
What is perception? Hang on, let me just check what my perception is. 15.
Okay.
You actively or
Um,
just passively?
Well,
I'm literally just gonna turn around this corner and then just look straight ahead and just roll a perception to see what I can see, basically, right in front of me.
Okay. So yeah, as you go around,
Like that.
basically walk straight around the corner, you are now confronted by 6 goblins. Well, you look into a large cave that is divided. In fact, since you've just gone around, let me uncover it for you. Who needs stealth when you can walk your way?
Well,
I'm
I
still
take
have
it
to
we
roll
need
my
to
stealth.
Stick with me.
My stealth is 15 plus. Just have to see.
Okay. So I can see 6.
15 plus.
Right, okay.
Sadly, you stand right behind Baron and it doesn't help.
19.
19. Okay, good to know. So yeah, the large. You notice that it's large. There's a big, large cave. It's divided in half by a big 10-foot high escarpment. There are 5 goblins gathered around the lower half, and you notice a goblin up high on the top of this, the 10-foot high escarpment as well. Inside the chamber, you notice that there's it's all a bit hazy with a cooking fire that's burning in the background. The goblins are kind of ones on what easily notice you because you just kind of bound around the corner. The rest, the hot cooking, the rest of them were kind of chatting away. The noise carried down through the cave. You can notice that the very strong smell of poorly cured hides. It's like they've been using the room to sort of cure some of their leather that they've got, but not doing a great job of it. So the smell sort of hits you as you come around the corner as well. There's a very faint light from the campfire that they're using at the back end of the cave. The rest of you, obviously, most of you got dark vision. Brune, the light gives you light. You can slightly see shapes, but not too much because you haven't got dark vision.
Neither do I.
Oh, I thought 2 of you. So you don't have it either?
No.
Okay, so 2 of you are blinded.
So you see stealthily nothing.
You see stealthily, yeah. You hide yourself as you go. So, yeah, I need you all to roll initiative.
Right.
All right.
I don't get an advantage or anything because I walk around straight away or anything like that. I'm just curious. Just like I can't take first strike on them or
No, you
anything.
don't get advantage because you made them aware of you. You didn't stealth.
Oh.
So.
Initiative 19.
I understand.
16.
Well, 2.
For fuck's sake.
You had your initiative, yeah.
21.
The worst number I can roll.
21. Jackpot.
Plus 5. So 7.
Initiative 10 for Bryn.
Give me 1 second. Oops.
Hey. That's you.
That's the wrong colour.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can't find my pog,
You
so
don't.
I'm moving you. I'm pogless.
Hogless.
I'm pogless.
Right, okay. So I need to hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Drake, what was your initiative?
19.
Joe?
16.
Jesus.
Baron?
Does the wolf pack on my
8.
We'll say 5. Yeah.
God, you do.
You're in front of me.
We're missing a
These dice are
token
not helping.
for
Not-
blue.
I'm Pogless. Can I has Pog?
Give me a moment. The blue one isn't us, the teal one, is it?
Yes,
Where the
please.
hell's the blue one gone?
Otherwise, I'm just going to start moving other people's one out of spite.
Use a dice.
No, I've already rolled. I just don't have a representation on the board.
No, you can take a piece of one of your colored dice if it's the same color.
There you go. What did you get?
Thank you. 16. Thank you. Much appreciated.
Thank you, Rithis. Okay. So, first up in the round is yellow, Rithis.
Wow, I can't help
So
myself.
far, you rolled an 8. What an 8?
I will go into a rage and charge the first goblin I see.
Rage!
Woo!
But it's like,
That's what I'm talking about. Can I just give him a little pat on the bum as he goes past?
oh,
Get in there, son.
encouragement.
Yeah.
I said, nice one, brother.
Okay,
Okay.
bit of bloody hit now. 14 plus 6. 20.
Nice.
Yeah, that hits.
Nine.
Nice. Okay, so you go charging, all rage, and you cleave upwards with your great axe. You just see it slice across his stomach, up from his stomach to his chest. Blood starts oozing out of it as you do so, and he kind of slumbers back slightly with the impact. Doesn't look pretty bad, but doesn't quite finish him off yet.
Alright, that's pretty much all I can do. I'll just yell at him again. Ah!
Yeah, horrible oxes.
Next up is Drake. Sorry, what did you get, Drake?
19.
Okay. Yep, go next.
Okay. So with my vision of that, can I at least see what the goblin Talon is attacking?
Can you see him?
Yeah.
There's light from the cooking fires, isn't it?
Yeah. That's one.
I'd say that there's a couple of cooking fires. It's very dim light, so I'd say you can just about see them. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Then I'm going to move in closer to fight with Talon
Okay.
and attack that goblin. What do you?
Roll to hit, please.
Okay. Just how do you rotate your pog?
E and Q.
Okay.
Mouse
thank
will.
you. Okay,
If you hover over it.
yeah. Okay, and my attack is. I got this. Come on, +6, and I roll 16.
16,
Altogether.
that hits.
Yay! 1d8 +4. I do 5 points of damage. I rolled a 1.
Okay. On the
Burn
same
it.
one.
Yeah, on the
So
same one.
that finishes him off.
Oh,
So you run
sweet.
up, charge up to him and just like stab straight into its chest, and as he does it, and it falls forward onto your blade. Slump, its head kind of goes limp, and Slump dies, and you just whip your sword out, and it falls down at your feet.
Good job.
Ha 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 ha. Yes. If it wasn't for Talon softening him up.
Falling on him.
So hang on 1 second, I'm just sorting this out. There we go. That should make it. No! Why is it doing it to you?
I am decapitated.
You're dead. So next up, I don't know where your character's actually gone now.
In the
Annoyingly.
Found him.
There he is.
It's upside down.
Okay, so the next one is the goblin's turn, and he is going to actually do. He's going well. Basically, the half orc's in his way, so he's going to charge.
Come here.
He's going to pull back after just seeing you cleave through one. He's actually going to pull back first,
Aw.
up to the top of these steps.
Where are you going?
Which is 5, 10, and then he's going to shoot his bow at Thalin. So
Where are you going?
11.
5.
Huh?
15 for armor class. So no.
So it misses. So as he backs off, he kind of pulls out his arrow, goes to shoot, and as he does so, he kind of slips as he's backing off in his panic. The arrow just, you hear it like ting off the rock, and completely miss. So that was going through. Next up is what are you guys on? 16?
I'm 16.
No, there's another goblin then. Sorry. 5. So the next goblin is going to do the same and attack Thalin with his bow.
Okay, just something I have to quickly mention. It doesn't say if it's melee or ranged attack, but my character's fighting style is protection. It says when a creature you can see attacks a target other than you that is within 5 feet, you can use your reaction to impose disadvantages on the attack roll. You must be wielding a shield. Use a shield, so and I'm in 5 feet of Thalin. So if it doesn't state if it's melee or ranged, but if it works, then they're attacking him with a disadvantage.
Okay. So yeah, he misses. Shoots the arrow. And misses. So next up is Josephina and Trinity. You two seem to always roll the same initiatives.
I know. I was going to say it earlier. I was like,
Two druids
wow.
are always the same. So up to you who goes first.
Moss power.
Um,
You go, Josephina.
I'm going to move forwards. I think I'm going to move up next to Thalin.
Yeah.
And Drake, is it?
Yeah.
And shoot this.
This
goblin.
one. Okay. Well, just so you're up there.
Just somewhere to a point where I can see him
Yep.
without Thalin being in the way.
Okay.
I just stand in the middle. I wouldn't worry.
Oh god, that's shit.
Centerpiece.
That 4 plus 4, is it?
Yeah, you miss.
I miss.
So you pull back your arrow, shoot the arrow, and the goblin just kind of laughs and dodges out of the way as the arrow comes flying past him, and you hear it clatter behind on the floor.
And Winnie?
Winnie, what do you want to do?
Winnie. I've told Winnie to attack whatever I attack.
Okay, so the wolf's going to go bounding in past Thalin and attack this goblin here.
Or line is back, so he's going to get scratched.
Go asleep instead. There you go.
Right.
He kills him with cuteness.
So the wolf does. Let me just have a look what his damage is. A second. So he is going to bite the +4 to hit. I'll let you roll for him since you're controlling him. You roll worse than I did. Okay. Yeah, so he kind of misses. As he goes to bite the goblin in front of him, he kind of, the recognition comes into his face as he knows these goblins. A bit wary about attacking these former masters, so he kind of, as he goes to bite, the goblin just knocks his head away, and he misses.
Bad wolf.
Next up is Artex.
I'm going to move over here next to Josephina, and I should technically be able to target this fella over there.
Any chance, by the way, as people are doing this, can I just say, any chance you guys could not block the way for anybody else trying to make their way through? Just saying. You know, I know we're all a little bit scared, but let's. People might want to. You know, there's plenty of space to the left up there. There's plenty of space to the right, but not literally standing in the 5-foot hallway right next to each other, cowering in the corner next to each other. Come on, boys.
You should be happy. It's
Let's
like
grow-
a
let's
flesh
grow
of
a
a
pair.
wolf flesh.
Let's grow a pair and step forward about 5 feet, shall we, everybody? All in unison. Hold each other's hands and move forward 5 feet so we don't all get clogged up
Phalanx.
in the bloody.
The first mage we encounter that fireballs us is we're going to be screwed.
That's kind of what I'm saying.
So yeah, you can shoot that one.
Chin.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry. Yeah, so I'm gonna try and shoot him with my longbow.
Yeah.
Oop. Is it 7 or 1? It's a 7, so it's 12.
12.
Yes.
That misses.
We've got 30 plus feet of movement, and we move 5 feet at a time.
So you just hear the goblin kind of ducks out the way as the arrow flies through his head, and that misses. Next up is where are you?
We just want to be together.
You were 16, right? So next
Really?
goblin.
I'm going to give you all a very wet hug in a second. That's all I'm saying. You're all going to get a very wet hug.
Or a spell right through us.
That maybe as well.
Oh, wait, you're wet. Do Eldritch Blast, electrocute yourself.
I know, right?
Just give me 1 second. I need to check whether something's different on this one or not. Doesn't look like it. Something to do with. Yeah, so the goblin's turn. He's going to come to the edge and fall over.
Roll a 1.
Whatever. And he's going to shoot at the wolf, which is in front of him.
Don't shoot at my wolf.
12. The wolf's got 13. Misses. Okay, so pulls back an arrow. It just glides past. The wolf kind of ducks behind the goblin that's protecting it and manages to not get hit. Next up then is Bryn.
I would like to
Sing a song.
how the world should be perfect harmony. No, I guess I'll use. Can you see the arrows if I put them down in this?
I don't hear or see anything.
I know. I'm just asking first if you recognize. Can you see that, Miz?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
What I'd like to do is kind of, since Mr. Red Baron is kind of in the way there, I'd kind of like to go to that side of him, then go between him and the blood elf looking character, and you see how the wall kind of slants right by Loki.
Yeah.
I'd kind of like to use that slant and kind of vault jump to get past Loki. It'd be a simple acrobatic move, I would think, and really wouldn't take a lot of my movement. I just don't know what the distances are in here, and I didn't want to mess things up by trying to measure.
So 10, 15, let's say there's about 20 to get into that gap.
Okay, then I will move. What I'd like to do is kind of end up right there. Would that be possible?
Yeah.
Or maybe just inside, whichever. And then take a shot at somebody. Who do I have a good shot on?
Right in front of you.
That's what I'm thinking. He's not too close. I think he can't be within 5 feet, so I could shoot him, couldn't I?
Yeah.
You could hit him with your daggers, couldn't you? You're close enough. Just saying.
Well, I could. But
Because you might have. Okay, sorry.
So,
Close for bow, maybe. To see.
since he is distracted, would I get a sneak attack on that or not? I'm just asking.
The wolf's attacking him, so yeah, I would say so.
Okay, so I get an advantage. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Just a quick question. Sorry, Bryn, because I had a stroke. Is that if you're within 5 feet of another target hitting something, I don't know if it's at this level, you get an automatic, unless that's level 3, you get an automatic sneak attack. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's what he was saying.
Is that what you were saying?
So-
Sorry. So my apologies.
So he gets sneak attack because the wolf's attacking it basically.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
The wolf counts as ally.
I think it's an advantage, isn't that what sneak attack is?
It's
Yeah. Well, yeah.
No,
So, I rolled a-
It's not an advantage, is it? You just get an extra 1d6.
Yeah.
Isn't that what?
yeah.
That's if I'm hiding, a sneak attack gives an advantage. That's just hidden. Right, you're right. Anyway, I rolled a 15. I got a +6, so 21 to hit.
Yeah, that does it.
So
That's a high roll.
I'm using my short bow, so I'll roll a 1d6 once for the damage +4, and then I'll roll a 1d6 for the sneak attack damage. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Nice.
Something tells me this is gonna hurt.
Nice fella.
Oh yeah.
That's a high
Don't
roll.
jinx. Don't jinx me now.
-1.
Okay, 6 + 4, that's 10.
Good. Nice hit.
+5 for the sneak attack damage, so that's 15 points.
Nice hit.
Wow.
So that was
Good job.
And if
That's
you want to watch me,
awesome.
I'm using the in-game dice for this. So
I believe you.
Okay, so
now, just to see if this is possible. I know there's low light in here, but it's not really low light to the goblins or to those who have dark vision.
mm,
I'm just trying to figure out this mechanic. I've read up on it, but I just want to see how you play this and what have you. As a bonus action, I can do a cunning attack and attempt to hide. Is that possible, or is it not? Is it not? Probably not possible in this scenario. Probably is what I'm guessing. But I wanted to check and see, kind of get a feel for it.
I would say where you're situated and the fact that they're all looking at you and you just killed one, I would say.
Okay, that makes sense. It makes perfect sense.
You can do as bonus because they can all see in the dark. They can see you quite clearly. But yeah,
Yeah.
otherwise you would be able to do it. Yeah.
Okay, just want to check. Thank you.
Okay, so you kind of do this jump over the acrobatic, kind of jump past a Drake as you do so. Then you quickly grab your bow out with the arrow, and you just see this arrow hit the goblin straight in the side of the head as it's distracted by the wolf, and its head just kind of almost explodes as the arrow passes straight through, and the goblin just kind of goes before it even gets a chance to do anything, and it just falls at the wolf's feet, which then starts
Woohoo.
tucking into it.
Pineapple arrows.
And it just starts eating at it. Okay, so
Hungry,
that's
hungry like a wolf.
end of your turn. Next up is Baron.
I'm going to. Am I able to this guy at the back here? How do I do the arrow thing again? Sorry.
So pick roulette all.
On the left hand
Left.
side.
Yeah.
And then just double.
F5.
Okay, so this dude here that I'm kind of like
Yeah.
blinking on him. Can I reach him from where I am? Like physically reach him?
Let me just.
Is that numbers? Because I'm just counting. I was like 5, 10, 15, 20, 20. It's like it's within range. He's within 30 if I'm counting the squares, the little squares.
Yeah, 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, he's about 20. I'd say.
Yeah.
You can reach him.
Yeah. So I'm going to approach this person, and as I'm approaching him, I'm going to draw Lady Godiva or Godiva even, and I'm going to attempt to slash from his knee right across his face with my katana.
Okay.
Ooh, the warlock is going into open battle where he can be hit by everyone. Ouch. Hassan, chop.
Someone's got it.
Someone's got to have a pair of balls in this group rather
Roll
than
to
these
hit.
cowards. So there's only me and the orc.
Oh, you just did.
I'm only joking.
Hey,
I'm patting you on the shoulder. I'm patting you on the shoulder as I go past. Good job.
Trying to push past the wall, going, it's all right, I got it.
I got it. I got this, boys. I got this.
Hobble, hobble.
Roll.
What's your
Here,
good
hold my pint.
What's the
I can't
bonus?
believe
Oh, 15
It's
to hit. Woohoo! So we get a 1d8 plus 2. 1d8. Oh, what's the d8? Yeah, okay. Yeah, 5 slashing. Is that right? 1d8 plus 2 slashing. Is that right?
let me have a look at your.
I roll a 3.
You've got long. What did you roll?
Longsword.
1d8 plus 2.
Yeah, I think I got it right. Is that
Yeah,
correct?
1d8 plus 2. That's correct.
Yeah. So it's 5. 5 slashing.
Okay, so that's going in 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 5 points of damage.
Cool.
Okay.
Oh,
So
and
you
then
kind of-
my bonus action after that, I've got a bonus action, don't I? I can do something on a
Yeah.
bonus action. I'd like to. I'm hoping I can do this. I'm just going to check. Can I cast Armor of Agathis on myself, or is that allowed?
Spells and action.
Is it a bonus action? Does it say in the spell as a bonus?
Just checking. I don't think it is. No,
It's one action.
no, it's in
It's
one
an
action. No,
yeah.
it's an action. Okay. One action. I'm trying to see if there's anything else I can do. Yeah, no. I think that is. Let me just check.
I think that's all you can do.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So you just, as you saunter up, you pull out your katana off your back, and you just saunter up to this goblin, just past everybody else, and just slice up from its leg, and you just kind of cut right the way through it. As you slice up, it sort of tries to dodge backwards, so you don't get the full impact, but you see like a line just cut through it as the blood starts pouring out of it, and it kind of heads backwards, but it's still standing. That's the end of your turn. I think.
I think I haven't got any more movement, have I? Because I'll give him an opportunity to attack once if I move, so I'll stay where I am.
Yeah, you've got a bit more movement because you went to 20. So, oh, he's still alive. Yeah, so he would attack you.
Yeah, he'd attack me if I moved. So no, that's fine. I'll stay where I am for the time being.
Okay. So next up is they're both dead. 7. What did you roll? 7. Okay, so
It will be me, Brun.
Brune's next.
Brun. Okay. I don't want to call the druid lady big, but she is a size bigger than me, so I can pass
Oh,
through
sorry,
them with no
doesn't matter.
movement penalties, being one size smaller than them, I guess. Only person I can't move through is.
You can do that with
Correct.
allies anyway. It's enemies that I think you can pass through.
Well, I moved to just move up to in front of that bed cot in front of them, so I got an open shot. And I will take one right in front of me on the right, next to the, because I think Baron is blocking the one in front of him, and the rest are dead, except for the 2 on top.
Remember, Brune, you can move through somebody's space because you're a stout halfling and they're a size bigger. So if you want to get to that halfling, you can. To that goblin, you can.
Yeah, did I not explain what I was? Anyway.
Yeah, you did.
No. I tried to put it
No,
nicely.
I think he just didn't hear you.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking. I had to take a swipe at vegetarian eating druids. Anyway,
So
Sneaky.
I'm rolling attack with my short bow, little Indy. Don't fail me now. It's a 9 plus a 9, so it's 18.
Well, surprise, you hit.
Jaw.
God, that's ridiculous.
It's like you don't. Yeah, it's like you don't miss, pretty much.
And a
I
d6
should give you disadvantage for being blind.
Yep, okay. -5, right?
Yeah.
14.
No, that's fine.
D6 plus 5. 11.
11 points of damage.
Oh, that's
The
pretty
6
good.
plus 5, yes.
Okay.
Very nice.
I'm just trying to work out which goblin that is now. 1, 2,
It's the one to the right of
4. Yeah, sorry, I just got to label them myself because I should have done that in advance, to be honest. But okay. So 11 points of damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's pretty fucked. So you push past everybody, shoot your bow at him, get your MV out, and you just as you shoot, the arrow goes straight into the goblin's chest. It sinks about halfway down the shaft. It manages to sort of grab hold of it, and it snaps the arrow off. It wavers, standing, barely managing to stand on its feet. It's holding on to life by a thread. Anything?
Almost dead.
Almost dead, but not quite.
I have nothing else to do.
Okay.
You can shout at him.
Yeah, I can
Shout
taunt him
again.
to
So
pull a bit
next
of heat.
up is Goblin. So that one that you just shot at is now his turn. He's going to return fire to you because you just basically nearly killed it. His last shot. So it's going to roll to hit. For God's sake, my dice! He misses. He rolled 3. So,
It's not me, it's my controller.
as he kind of goes
Rolled
to
what?
grab his 3 plus 4, so it's 7. He grabs his bow, blood sort of running down his hand. It kind of pulls on the string, but as he pulls back, it slips, and the arrow just kind of pings off and lands. You hear it like boom as it thuds into the beds that are laying out in front of him. That's the end of his turn. And that's the end of the first round. So we're now back up to Eurytheus, your turn.
2 dead in 1 round. Yeah.
Wow.
I am going to charge up to the guy at the top of the stairs.
Okay.
But on my way past, because Baron decided to cheekily slap my ass as I went past, I will follow suit. But I will help out, and I will make my attack on the goblin in front of him instead.
Nice.
So
So
you're gonna
charging
you
up
got
to
the
Baron,
goblin.
I'm going to kill his goblin.
Okay.
You're going to tap his goblin on their
His
ass.
He's
goblin.
gonna attack his
Ooh.
goblin.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
little goblin.
Aye.
Hey, how you doing? Oh,
He's not going to attack him. He's just going to tap its ass.
it's a regular triage.
That's just wrong.
14.
Nice.
14 to hit.
14. That misses. So in your rage, you kind of tap Fallon to tap Baron's ass, and as you do so, you're swinging at the same time with your sword, and the goblin just like moves up, kind of looks at you weird as you do so, and moves out the way, and the blade narrowly misses his face as it comes down. It just manages to pull away in time, almost like his ear.
I will-
Very touchy.
I will finish my movement by running up to the top of the stairs.
So you're going to run up to the top of the stairs.
Yeah.
So
It
the
was
goblin
only a passing moment.
attack of
Ooh.
opportunity on you.
That's fine.
15 plus 4, so it's 19
Yeah.
hits. And then it's going to be a melee. So let me just check what it uses. I need little cards for these. 1d6 plus 2. 4 points of damage.
So 2, because I'm raging.
Oh, you're raging. Okay, yeah. So as you go past, it kind of like almost goes to hamstring you, brings its sword down and cuts the back of your calf. as you run past. It manages to just about nick a slight slice out of it, but not too much.
Steaks.
You don't even know. You don't even notice. You just think, like
Steaks.
something just bit you as you walk past, and you run up to the top of the steps. Okay, so that ends your turn. Next up is Drake.
Okay, I'm gonna move up next to darn it.
Baron.
Baron, there we go,
Baron.
thank you. Next to Baron, attacking his goblin, I'm casting my poison spray, extending my hand out, the puff of poisonous spray goes to him. He has to make a DC 12, I think, Constitution save.
Constitution save. Okay, give me a second.
That poison in the face.
6.
Nope, he has to 12 or better.
Yeah. So what does he take?
I have to roll a d12. I'm just looking for my d12 at the moment. Where is my d12?
12.
Where is my d12? Okay, there you are. You.
It's 2d6s.
7. He takes 7 points of poison damage. 7.
Okay. Nice. So as
So
you
a puff of smoke extends out of the hand right into his face as he inhales.
as this sort of like greenish smoke like envelopes his face, it kind of covers all over his head. You see it sort of swarm around him, almost like a swarm of bees, and then also he inhales and it goes straight up his nose, and you just hear, and then it falls down dead and stops breathing in front of you.
2 down. Yeah. Yep. Moonwalk.
Okay, so he's dead.
Cool.
And
Nice one.
that's just what
Can I
see.
just? I'm just going to give him a little pat on the bum to say.
And I just moved closer this way. If anybody wants to get by or that by up the stairs or oh no, wait. How? Okay, wait. I was here.
Stop moving your characters. Look. Just...
Wait. Okay.
It's very hard.
Top of the stairs. He was still.
I've got no idea. I've got no idea how much movement I have left. But if I have
5,
whatever I have left,
15, 20. I'll tell you went to 20.
okay, I've got 5 left. I'm moving to the goblin at the top. So
You
5.
could reach to the bottom of the like to
Stairs.
the base of the stairs there. So.
Okay.
Does that count as double height disadvantage? Stairs and 4 feet.
Can
okay,
I,
so yeah, that's
Can I just make a little kind of shout out to say, might be an idea maybe at this point to keep one of them alive?
He doesn't care. He just wants to kill.
If it's alive, I'm going for it.
wow. You might have to take him
Talk to the wolf.
You might have to take him down.
I did leave
so
one for you downstairs, though. I did leave one for you downstairs.
Yeah.
Somebody
Somebody
so glad-
Up is who just went? That was Drake. Okay, so next up is the goblin. Who's got Thalin in his face. So he's gonna turn and slice at Thalin.
Just glad I'm blue and not green. And Alan doesn't confuse me for one of the
10,
goblins.
11, 12, 13. And that misses, isn't it? So he kind of like, as you come charging upstairs, gets his sword out, slices at you, and you kind of, in your rage, you just and sort of shake off bang the blade with the back of your edge of your sword, and glance it out the way, and he misses. He's not going to run away. Okay, so that's
Brave fellow.
his turn. That one's dead. So next up is Josephina and Artex.
You
Shall I
go, Joe.
first? I'd like
Nice one.
to attack this one. He's still alive, isn't he?
Yep.
So I was going to move up to where the dead goblin is.
Okay.
Here.
Yeah. 5, 10, about 15
Yeah.
feet.
15.
Yeah.
And I'm going to shoot him with my with my bow. So, is that a 9 or is that 6?
6.
So that's 10.
10, that misses. So once again, you can pull for another arrow. You kind of stumble on the dead goblin as you try to back away. Release your arrow, and you just shoot up into the air as it comes down and falls onto the floor and misses.
Directly
Every 2 seconds.
to attack the same goblin.
Okay, so he's going to go bounding across and make an attack. Roll to attack for him.
What did you say? Is this
D20. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
19. Okay, that hits.
Nice one, Winnie.
Job.
Get it.
Damage for the wolf is 2d4. 2d4.
Okay.
It's these caltrop ones. 2 caltrops. Okay. 5 points of damage. That was +2, 5, 6, 7 points of damage. So that one was goblin number 4. So he was nearly dead in the first place. So yeah, basically the wolf just charges over and just pounces on it and straight into its throat, tackles it to the ground, and you just see it rip, and it rips the throat out. Blood just sort of splurts across the cave wall as it starts devouring into that one now, and it starts munching away.
You're starving.
And that's the end of your turn. Artex.
This fellow at the top of the stairs, who's like charging, I'm going to as well bow and arrow him with my longbow. Yes?
The one at the top of the stairs, yeah.
Yeah. $18.
Hits.
My first hit. Yay! 7 plus 4. 11.
Okay. Goblin number 3.
Die, goblin.
So the arrow flies towards the goblin, hits him straight in the chest. He kind of stumbles a little bit, slips back, kneels down, but cries out in pain. Manages to just about get back to his feet. He's not quite dead yet. Okay, so that's the end of your turn.
Yeah.
Ja, ik zal je dat weten in de stories.
Ja.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Cheers.
Okay, so next up is who's that? That was Artex, wasn't it? Well, why is my thing stopped? Okay. So next up is the goblin at the top. He kind of, as you're seeing this, he goes back and grabs hold of who you now recognise as Sildar, sorry, and he grabs hold of his scruff of the neck and brings him over to the edge of the cliff where 10-foot drop is. And he just yells out, Stop now or he dies!
Don't kill him.
Can I cast a minor illusion to put a really comfortable bed underneath what he thinks? So he thinks that it's like if he throws him, it's going to be it's not going to hurt him at all. So I cast a spell, so it appears I'm casting a spell. He's going to be like as if it's a real thing. So he's going to think, oh crap, I can't throw them.
It's like it's a 10-foot drop, which he can just move. But you're not going to. He can move. He's going to see. He may be a goblin and stupid, but this bed just suddenly appears.
Trampoline.
He's not going to go. I can't let go of him. He just ignores what he doesn't even notice your illusion. He just shouts out, "Truce, or this human dies." Put your weapons down. Stop now.
Hmm. Who's next in the battle queue? Who's next to attack?
Lucky it's not me.
Next is Bryn.
Hey, Bryn.
If we can, if we can somehow prevent him from dropping this fellow somehow, that would be great. Somehow.
I'm having difficulty picturing this, Ms. I'm sorry. We're talking about the guy that's upstairs, right?
Right, Goblin at the top is on the edge of the cliff. He's got Silwyn holding him over the edge of the cliff, which is it's about 10-foot drop. And Silwyn is, if you look at him, he's been battered and bruised. He's barely breathing. So he's in quite a bad state as it is.
Couldn't catch him. Joe's pretty close. Don't think Joe can catch him.
Right.
Silwyn,
do I let go? What do you want to do?
Shall we listen what he has to say? Like it's one guy. He's probably like really freaked out. So we just see what he has to say.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Keep us the
Well, I mean, we've got a raging half orc on the top of the stairs.
Don't care.
Just
raging.
saying.
if you kill him,
raging
you die. If you do not, you may live. Think about it.
Call
That
out,
guy's upset.
call out. What are your demands?
What do you want?
I need your help.
Okay.
Oh.
Boss in this cave here, Clark, you may have heard of him. He thinks he's tough and rolls these goblins. I need you to finish him for me, and I'll take control of these goblins. As reward, I let you have this human back.
Hmm.
And there were two humans, weren't there? Wasn't there him and his friend, Sildar and the
Well, there was two dead horses. The other one's a dwarf, not a
dwarf. Okay.
human.
I
Do you have the
Sounds good
both?
to me.
want to see if he appears to be lying.
Clark has the dwarf. I have the human. What he's done with the dwarf, I don't know. But if you help me kill him, then you get the human and perhaps the dwarf as well.
I say we help him, fellows. What do you say?
Yeah, we're kind of caught in a hard rock place. We're stuck. I don't see much.
If we don't help him, he's gonna let him drop and he's gonna die.
What guarantees do we have
See,
that
boss-
we'll let him live?
You have my word as Goblin Captain.
You do realize that if anything happens to him, we will skin you alive.
How long is this all
Exactly.
taking?
So why do I have to lie?
Let you go.
Will your goblins be assisting us in the combat?
They're all dead.
Goblins follow Clark's orders. I can stop these here from attacking you, but you've made short work of most of them.
How long is this taking?
What?
Was what taking? The conversation.
You or having this conversation?
Oh, rage.
I have a very short patience.
He's raging. Hulk smash!
Hang on. Well, before he's gonna rage, because I'm watching and I can see he's gonna do it. I'm gonna cast my unseen servant spell, and he can perform minor tasks. I'm trying to think if I can, because I can get 60-foot range on him, so I could cast him behind the goblin. And I'm trying to think if he can push the goblin away or pull the human away to give Thal the chance to strike the goblin and to stop him from being able to have the opportunity to throw him over the edge. That's my plan. That's what I'm thinking.
Tickling.
It can't attack, and it does have hit points, but it can't attack. But it can do basic things like
It's not
fetching
really,
things.
yeah, but it's not really your turn in the initiative order. So I know we're having the dialogue, but we're still kind of in a
That's why I was asking how long the dialogue was taking.
Well, it's hard to say because his Bryn is actually the one next in the
Yeah,
dialogue, so it's
I
got to
know.
go through
Yeah.
him.
Hmm.
So you kind of pause, but you still, I don't know.
Still raging.
To see how you do it, but and like you may be raging, but you could still see that he's holding over the cliff. So if you kill him, it will drop.
I know.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, oh wait. How about like this? We go down the line, so he's next. If you have something to say to the guy who's ever the initiative it's next, does a little talk. If he's finished, skip to the next guy, they talk, and then so on. Because we're all trying to talk at the same time.
We're not just decided what you need to decide as a group what you want to do.
Well, I mean,
I trust him. He's got a wolf's head on his head. He's got to be telling the truth.
he's. I mean, I know what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast my servant behind him and push him off the edge of the cliff. The goblin.
Okay, go for it.
I charge forward and catch the human body as he comes down, hopefully breaking his fall with my own and using my acrobatic skill, even if I take most of the damage.
Well, it's your turn, isn't it, Bryn?
But it's not
Correct.
my turn, so
That's what
saying
that's all I'm going to do at this point. It's either that or a headshot. So
I think we jump on top of Baron and stop him from doing anything ridiculous like that.
I don't even.
Yeah,
Sorry, man.
All holy crystals are going to break loose. I've got to.
You
Arrow
got
my bow and I'm
The
ready
goblin
to
gets fed up, he
reply.
drops the human, and the human falls
Oh,
down.
no.
It-
What do you want me to roll, Miz?
Yeah, but I can't because your action is before is before Baron, so you don't know he's going to do the unseen servant. So
No, that was just my action. If I see him slipping from his fingers or whatever, I'm moving forward.
Should
You can hold
That's
it.
all. I don't know what they're doing.
I suppose.
Can we vote on helping, on whether we help or whether we carry on with the attack?
No, you guys are talking. So when you finish whatever you talk, whatever Bryn does, I'm going to cast my unseen servant afterward.
Yeah, but oh my god! The thing is, there's a group of 7 of you, right? So there's although like if some of you are saying you want to negotiate and you just like there's an element of who. Otherwise, you guys that are always going to be, I'm going to just hit everything, are always going to win because you're just going to act on the thing before anyone even speaks. So there's got to be some balance that we can go on that people that don't want to kill it is, I'm
just looking for an opportunity to try and separate them so we can separate them. That's all I'm really.
But they're holding them. You do what you want to do. It's just going to push them off the edge.
Yeah,
with
both die.
That's not really going to.
Oh, so he's gonna. Okay, so I wasn't sure he was holding. I didn't realize he was like holding him super tight or anything. I thought it was just like had a knife to his back or something.
He's got him hanging over the edge.
He's actually physically holding him off the edge. Okay, fine then. I won't do that. That's fine.
Sorry, I missed a bit. Is the last one standing the captain?
Then I won't pitch it. Then I won't do it. No, of course I won't.
No, there's still one by Thalin as well.
No.
Yes, he's toy.
Just say take our friend from the edge of the cliff and let's talk.
Okay, he's going to do perception on you then. See whether it's true.
I'm not lying. I'm being truthful.
Insight.
You've got to roll for. Deception.
Deception.
Yeah.
What if he's actually being truthful?
No, I'm being truthful. I'm not actually lying. I'm being truthful.
One cancels the other one out.
But it doesn't matter. He's still if he rolls for it.
Yeah.
He's got a tail.
10.
And he's
So yeah. As far as he can tell, that you're telling the truth. So he edges away. He doesn't come away from the edge of the cliff face, but he kind of pulls the human back so that he's now not falling over the edge.
Okay.
How do we have a deal?
I say we have a deal.
I
I
go.
say as well.
I agree.
I agree.
I concur.
Yeah. For now.
Agreed.
Oh yes, that's for
Okay.
for sure.
After we all agree, what does the barbarian do?
And that's a good place to leave. That's the good. And I was gonna say that's a good place to end it.
So,
We
yeah.
agree.
Right, so we'll end it there. So we can discuss later how to kind of handle this, because this is going to be something that's probably, I can imagine, going to come up a lot, and I'm not
Yeah.
100% sure on how we deal with it.
Truthful DM.
So yes, everybody, that's I didn't see the time. That last bit went pretty long. So we're going to end it there. Thanks everybody for watching. Very much appreciate it. Sorry that we're a bit slow. As the caveat, as I usually say at the beginning, is we are still learning D&D. We're still learning the roles and how it all works. So this is a starter set game for us to learn and play. So we do apologise if we're looking slow, and you will know it all. But we're working. We're getting there. But the main thing is to have fun, which hopefully everybody is. So yeah, thanks for joining us. If you haven't hit that follow, make sure you do. Otherwise, we should be on the same time next Friday, I think. Hopefully with less technical problems. Otherwise, is anyone else got anything to say? I can't think there's anything else. We'll end it there. So
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks everybody for your support. Appreciate it. And if you did miss the start of this, or you want to see any of the other episodes, they are going up on the Asylum YouTube as well, so you can find them there. And also our Star Citizen content is on there if you haven't seen that. So make sure you go and do that. Exactly. There's all the links for it. Make sure you follow us on all the media channels. Otherwise, thank you very much, folks. Good night, and we shall roll on Friday.
Yay!
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Luke.